What's up, everybody? Surprise! We're starting just a minute early. This is the Uncanny Omar. Good morning, everyone, or good evening, good afternoon.
Astonishing Melanie.
I was going to get to that.
It's okay.
You told me to
And
introduce the
then
episode.
Omar was like,
I was like,
you want to start early? I was like, okay.
We'll start it early. We'll start it early is what we're doing. How is everybody doing this fine Saturday morning? It's a beautiful day here in the state of Kentucky.
Thank you for telling us where you are from.
Absolutely.
Like, Adam, how are you doing?
There's my buddy Aaron. How's it going, my brother? And my buddy
Adam's a good
Tyler.
guy.
And Tyler's here.
Oh, today's Tyler's birthday.
Happy birthday, my brother.
Wait,
28 years young. 28. You remember being 28? I remember being 28. It was great.
Happy birthday to
Okay,
you.
I didn't know we were doing that.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy birthday,
birthday,
dear Tyler.
Dear Tyler.
Happy birthday to you and many more.
There you go. It's also,
I remember because I had a baby. Or was that 27? One of those years I had a baby.
I remember 28. Yeah, 28 was young. 28 was young.
Hey,
enjoy it, man.
Fan, 1989.
Enjoy your 20s, my dude.
Wait. What's up, beautiful? What's up, you beautiful collectors of glossy paper? Hope
and matte paper, we don't discriminate in this house.
Vampire Lands.
Hey, I know where that is.
I do too. Sean DeSook, thank you that you enjoyed the free comic book day video.
Yeah, it was kind of last minute. I didn't know if I was going to do one.
Oh, well, thank you, Tyler. Sure.
Oh, yes, and a happy Mother's Day everywhere across the board. Because I forgot, like, some people are already on Sunday. So, yes, happy Mother's Day to all you wonderful, beautiful ladies out there that have put up with some bad sons like my mother did growing up. I was not the best of kids, but look, I turned around and I have a YouTube channel now where I can say happy Mother's Day to my mom. Look, I turned 46 years young tomorrow. 5/14. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. It's also Omnibus birthday from Aussie Collectors.
Oh.
So I'm hoping everybody's having a great day. And it's gonna get even greater.
New Spooey channel. We started 1 minute early. You missed 5 announcements.
No, you did not. You did not miss any.
We don't have Tears of the Kingdom yet.
I will have it on Tuesday. My copy comes on Tuesday, but that's okay. It's okay. It's not a big deal because I'm still going through Breath of the Wild.
I just realized I need to finish my second run through of Resident Evil 4 Remake so I can play Tears of the Kingdom because you're still on Breath of the Wild.
I'll be on Breath of the Wild.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I don't play as much video games as I used to, but that's okay. Like today I was like, I could play video games or I really need to finish reading these books for my video that I got to film later today. So I did the responsible thing. And I Wikipedia, well, no, I'm just kidding. I read the books and I was like, oh, I really miss grinding in Breath of the Wild. It's so fun. And everybody's got to talk about Tears of the Kingdom and I won't get to play it for 5 years. But hey,
say this.
That's okay. Well, excuse me, princess.
What a great catchphrase.
What a dork. I love that's by the way, if you don't know where that's from the Legend of Zelda cartoon. That what was it? Was it every Friday?
That was amazing. Oh, I was,
because it was Super Mario Brothers, and then you get the Zelda cartoon. Like
yes, I loved it when the Zelda cartoon showed up.
I'm going on vacation June 20th through March 5th, but the last video that will go up on the channel, by the way, thank you so much for asking that. Not forever, just while we're on vacation, will be June 23rd. That will be the last video, and it'll probably be the upcoming collected editions for the month of July. And Maddie and Tina are going to handle the Saturday streams on the 1st and the 8th. And
Astonishing hoot and a holler and cute.
No, I'm sorry. On the 24th and the 1st.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say it again because I was talking.
Yes, you were. That's okay. I'll talk over you a lot.
Say it again.
All right. So the last video that you'll see from me until we come back is the 23rd of June. That will be the upcoming collected editions of July. And then the 24th and the 1st, Maddie and Tina are handling those Saturday live streams. And there won't be videos on the channel. I mean, unless she wants to do old reader, new reader. But
dude, there's a huge backlog. Huge backlog.
There's a huge backlog.
Like when you do 2 a day.
If you miss my voice that much, you can go watch those.
Backlog.
And we will be back live on the 8th. July 8th is when the Astonishing Melanie and I come back live. So looking forward to that. I'm really scared, I'm not going to lie, of leaving the channel for a couple of weeks with no work, with not working. It's going to be really weird, but I need it I think it's time. Like I need to.
You said
it's
you're
been.
looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it because it's 3.5
you
years
you
of.
Take a day off for jet lag when we come back.
Yeah, but
so
take a day off.
You cannot. You'd be like, hey, mentees.
Let me read Kingsport Cal. I played Breath of the Wild for the first time a couple months ago. It's a lot of fun.
Edwin, thank you. And nicest. I turned around and did the second run through because at the very end I had to put it on easy mode and it pissed me off.
Whoa, it's Saturday morning stream. What the heck, man?
And then
sorry, kids.
Yeah. And I just now realized you're wearing a Resident Evil.
I did it for you.
Really?
Of course.
Man, I couldn't sleep. I woke up at 6 this morning, started playing. Saludos, Omar. Me estoy relajando en la casa, disfrutando de mi día libre. No tengo una buena pregunta, así que diré esto. ¿Crees que conseguiremos una película de Darkhawk? Do you think we'll get a Darkhawk movie?
Look at you, yes.
That is a good question.
Dude, let me tell you, if they made Guardians of the Galaxy a household name, any Marvel property is... It can happen. Darkhawk could happen. Absolutely. I mean, if you think about it, Darkhawk, why did I say March 5th? Did I say March 5th about something? I'm sorry. People are saying, yes, he said March 5th. Did I say March 5th? I meant...
Just really quick, it's long because we're going to Japan.
Oh, yes.
So 2 weeks if we're flying halfway around the world.
Oh, no, that's the guy who played that. You guys have vacation. That's his line from Meet the... What was that movie called? Anyway, to answer your question, my brother, yes. I mean, if they, like I said, if they were able to do a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, if you think about it, Darkhawk is your average type of story like Green Lantern or Nova. It's a human dude that just stumbles upon some powers because of this diamond that he wears on his chest. It's really cool.
Riv, yes, you can. I'm so sorry to hear that you just got bad news.
Riv, I'm sorry, buddy.
In fact, I will start the clip for the live stream that I show my students now so that they can know, Riv, you are the studiest student of the week ever.
You know what? I'm going to make you student of the month.
You Forget are student of the year.
Okay, let's not get crazy. I don't know how bad his day was. I hope it gets better, Riv.
But it's second period. Oh, wait, that's not the list. Oh, no. Wait. Okay. In second period, I'm an English teacher, by the way. Logan is student of the week because you're always doing your work. And so good job. Braden, because he really wanted it. So you get it twice. Callie, thank you so much for asking questions and for being engaged. And what I write here? Jacob, thank you for doing your work in 5th period and then 6th period. Chase, even though you turn your work in late, you're turning more in. So congratulations.
Stay in school and read some comics. All right, let's get to the super chat.
Thank you so much for the
from Jeff, I believe.
Where is it, Jeff? Thank you so much. You go ahead and
69th birthday, 2023, October for Godzilla. Tomorrow it's me. Jeff, you're also having a birthday tomorrow? Man, there's all kinds of birthdays coming out.
Woo! Okay, I can't sing happy birthday every time. So happy birthday.
Feliz cumpleaños. Feliz cumpleaños.
No! So wait.
Yeah,
did you know of the year?
Yeah, she got crazy.
Student of the millennium.
All right, Lionheart, you ain't beat me at Street Fighter, so you can't do that. Congratulations to Melanie students. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Good morning, Omni. What's up? Just giving you an update on the near mint patches by Leatherwork guy. I had them now. By the way, he asked me for the Omni. Oh my gosh, the Omni fans. The Omni fans. He wanted to make a patch of it. I'm stitching onto my vest this weekend. I'll say, please send pics. Yes,
that's really cool.
Speaking of pics, I didn't download them, but I do have pics from. Oh my gosh, I'll get them next weekend. I'm sorry, it's for my convention.
That's really cool. What a creative idea. I want to do stuff like that. Student of all known reality.
You're crazy.
Omnibo, you stayed up just to hear me sing happy birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Oh man. We didn't do the Japan voice.
Oh, right. We failed. Sorry about that.
Go.
There you go. Japan.
Wow, that was good timing. Good job. Good on you, baby. Oh, Jeff, thank you. Yep, 69. My baby's rule.
69. My goodness.
You get the random pingu.
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah. let's see.
Kingsport Cow. You can say whatever
Craig
you want to.
saying
I just
good
can't
morning.
read it out loud because
And,
now on the
that's- wait.
movie reviews and stuff, you can say whatever you want to.
Craig, we got your package, buddy. Thank you. We'll open it up at noon.
Student of the multiverse.
Unless somebody else's name, Craig Ryan.
Wait.
Hear me out. Merch idea. Omnipants.
Now, is that so you can stuff a couple of Omnis in your pants while you go on vacation, while you're on the beach?
Oh, dude,
take
those
them out?
Jinko pants. You could fit the small
I was thinking
PS1s
of,
in the pockets.
I was thinking of pregnant lady pants. You remember those that have the big, like, elastic band right here?
Yeah, those are pretty comfy. I
And
mean,
you can
yeah,
put a couple of
remember, 'cause I
Omnis
had
down
them.
there, man.
No, not with a human being inside your body.
No.
That is not
I'm talking about for
comfortable.
dudes that want to,
Oh, okay.
or ladies
gotcha.
that are pregnant that want to stuff an omnibus down there.
By the way, this shirt, Omnis Are Forever, you can get from waltzcomicshop.com. We'll be singing a jingle later. And there are also other things like a hoodie and bags you can get it on.
Mhm.
So Waltz Comic
And
Shop.
I need to highlight that one
Okay.
too. But go ahead, baby.
Whoa. Good morning, Omar and Melanie. A bit overcast here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Oh, thank you. Hey, Chris. I didn't read who it was from first. Question: what is a book that you read and didn't feel it, but gave it a second read and you have a much better impression that time? Ooh, I've got it backwards. Like, I'm like, oh, it was great. And I'm like,
Department of Truth.
why the last
I didn't like it, like at first. Like first read through, when I read the first trade paperback, wasn't a fan of it.
Stormy.
Please be quiet. Don't say that.
I haven't read it a second
Don't say
time.
that damn again. Curious, do y'all discuss comics on this channel? Sometimes, yes. There's a little bit.
Sometimes.
There's a little bit of tiff. It's a little bit of tiffing. Who doesn't want Omni in their pants, right? But I think for me, the Department of Truth is the one that kind of, yeah, that one. I remember not liking Sweet Tooth when it came out. Did not like it at all. I was put off by the artwork. I think I've shared I'm not the biggest fan of Jeff Lemire's art. I know my buddy, the Comic Slayer, would kill me for saying that because she has a tattoo of his art on her. But yeah, for me, it just never did it for me. So it kind of put me off of Sweet Tooth for a while. Wasn't the biggest fan. I'll be honest with you. Was not the biggest fan of Omega Man when it came out, but second read through, I really enjoyed it because I thought, okay, let's just go ahead and pretend like this isn't the DC universe and it's a pocket universe where this could happen, because there were some things that I'm like, I don't know if Kyle Rayner would do that. So I do have quite a few. Maybe I should make a video. It's a good video idea there, Chris.
Yeah, it is. And
yes, you're right about Sweet Tooth.
Or even a TikTok, because TikTok Tina is doing TikToks now.
We're putting YouTube first and then TikToks.
Just saying, that would be a good format.
We'll have a conversation about this later.
Okay. Well, DV says Sweet Tooth benefits from reading it straight through.
Yeah. Sometimes I think rereading something that you haven't touched for a while, going in with like an open mind or a different, because
he's coming at you.
And this is a really good question, Chris, because as you age, you're in a different place, right? So things that didn't hit you when you were younger hit you differently. This is
sorry, I was like, what's all the
I'm
white?
sorry, let me explain.
Okay.
This is not a mistake.
Yeah.
This is just Hickman, how he designed his books. But if y'all remember,
because he's Hickman,
they were half covers, and then at the bottom was the logo Secret Warriors. So these are technically textless covers, right? But it's blank because there's no Secret Warriors signed down.
Wait. But there's some stuff you probably can't see, like bleeding through.
Correct. That's getting a little
so this
fancy.
is Secret Warriors.
Luis, ¿cómo estás, hermano? And happy Mother's Day to you, Melanie.
Thank you all.
That is a Jimmy Chung.
Venom is not lame. You take that back, Kingsport Cow.
Where's Eddie Brock? I know that dude would have some words with.
You got two caps. Two caps.
Let me see.
In paper. In paper.
In sheets.
Mm-hmm. In sheets.
In sheets. No, you're good.
Here's
the Secret Warriors was printed at the Mega printer in Turkey, so it's different. It's the same printer that Deadpool and Cable did.
Not as intense of a smell.
No, that actually smells like a book smell. But you know what? I just did an overview of the Peter David Hulk Volume 5, and the paper stock they used in that is like thicker than the Donnelly, like old school Donnelly printer. So I can't even. That's why I go over each book, like, because it is really case by case. I don't know why that one has thicker paper and then other books don't from the same printer. I had to reread Green Lantern Rebirth 3 times before I finally got it. Now I've read it a few times. I loved it and bought all the Jeff Johns Green Lantern omnibuses. Yes, that's one of my favorites. I love that. Yeah, it's about not giving up and stuff. The message is beautiful. Omar jumped on Daredevil rabbit hole and read Miller Omni and wondering when the Companion and Elektra Omni get reprinted. Planning a Mark Waid Omni later, getting on it. And when is the Andacinti Omnibus? I don't know about Andacinti. Hopefully one day. I'm hoping what's happened, is they were focusing on Peter David Hulk. That's, a creator-centric book. And now they're like, okay, what other creator-centric books could we do? Because that seemed to have been pretty popular enough to get 5. So maybe they'll do something else like Captain America by Mike Grunwald. They could do some Thor by Tom DeFalco. I would love that. They could do Andacinti's run on Daredevil. Now, keep in mind, I say that, right? But people that have been paying attention to the way that the Marvel Omnis are being mapped with the future volumes, those creator-centric books will one day be, I don't want to say obsolete because they're still precious to you, and it'll be a long time before we get there. But eventually when we get to Hulk Omnibus, and I'm just throwing a number out here, 20, that's going to be double dipping with the Peter David run. So keep that in mind. Oh, thank you so much for that, man. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to put together.
Okay, which one? Right here?
Yeah.
And then I'll go up.
And there's one from Puerto Rico. Morning, Omar. Melanie just watched your overview of the Alien, the original years, volume 3. Results, a few dollars in my bank account.
I want to read that, though, because I really enjoyed the first one. In fact, I think I did a
Aliens.
A review on it. That was like a couple of years ago.
Thank you so much for that, Dana. And I hope you enjoy it. I think each Omni, like, there are some great, like, phenomenal stories. And then there's some stories that I'm like, oh, come on. The movie was better. Yeah, but I'm always thinking that because Aliens is one of my favorite movies of all time. And then there are stories that
I thought it was suspenseful, the first one.
Well, you're talking about the new Marvel stuff, which is good. I actually liked it, and I liked.
What was it called?
The last one was Icarus. The Icarus was really cool because it was a like planet or a town of synthetics instead of like
cool.
human beings, right? Hey, somebody just asked, any word on the Captain America by Mark Grunwald? No word.
Did you say when that Secret Warriors is coming out?
I believe that's been pushed in. I'm sorry, scheduled for July, not pushed. The date is now. No, August. It's just sometimes I get things from the printer super early. Like I've had that book right there since October of 2022, and I finally get to talk about it in June. And that is Spider-Man Beyond Omnibus. Oh, yes, John. Good. Oh, saludos de Puerto Rico. Omar, ¿cuándo es el próximo anuncio de los Epics Collection? ¿Cuándo quieres, mi hermano? O mi hermana. Con ese nombre, no sé. ¿Próxima semana? ¿Quieres la próxima semana o después? Dime. Háblame. Muchas gracias.
And if you understand Spanish, then you can chime in as well.
Maybe I should do announcements in Spanish. Oh, no, there's Google Translate.
Well, sure.
People will decipher it. To help you out, and speaking of pronouncing, it is McMahon. So here's the thing, John. I believe you because I wanted to say
184.
Because I grew up with wrestling. So Vince McMahon, I've always known how to pronounce it, and it's spelled the same. But when I saw an interview with him, they pronounced it McMahon, and I was like, okay, well, that might be the right way to pronounce it. So who am I to argue? So that's why I went with that route. And I learned from Hamza to try to watch interviews if I can sneak him into my schedule to learn how to pronounce some of these names. Okay. So Mario Rodriguez is taking advantage of his Spanish. He said tomorrow.
No, sir. That is not what
Wait a minute now. Have you seen Desperado?
Have we?
Yes.
I do like him.
Better than.
And I think he's a good voice actor.
Good for you. Look at you and Salma Hayek.
Yeah, she's a good.
I bet Mel loves Antonio Banderas. I will say, have you seen El Mariachi though? Because that's what Desperado was with money, right? It's when he didn't have money. Rodriguez didn't have money, so he made El Mariachi without Banderas, and it's practically the same story. and it does feel like it's one of those movies that was definitely made without a budget and has aged probably terrible to some people, but I still love it, man. It's so good. It's fun. But yeah, I'm a big fan of and also Once Upon a Time in Mexico. I love it, dude.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
so good.
yeah.
So good. Like that to me is a trilogy, even though Desperado is a remake of Are You a Mexican or a Mexican? I'm a Mexican. Dude, Danny Trejo is so awesome.
He
Oh,
is.
wish we could have gotten
What
a
was that?
Machete trilogy.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was fun.
Machete Goes to Space. How did we not make that? Ah, Rodriguez.
Jinky 123 says next
week
please.
en español, por favor.
And King's House.
Oh, yeah. I figure you have, man. Yeah, Desperado's solid.
Oh, it's 181. God bless America.
Did they ask you when Wolverine's
Yeah,
first appearance?
I did. I said 184. I was like, I know it's
one day.
at the before 185.
You know why I asked that, right?
Okay,
Because
Wolverine's
I asked you
number one, so I'll remember 181. There. That's how I'll remember.
Okay, that's a good way to remember it.
So, can you explain the Masterworks Mighty Marvel Masterworks collections and the difference between them and the Epic collections? That is a good question.
What an excellent question. Yes, so the Masterworks are pretty much like going back to 1987. Marvel started a collected editions line, and they put the first 10 issues of Spider-Man into one hardcover. 1987. Keep that in mind. That's how far ahead in collected editions Marvel was. And the same line has been going since 1987. They put in some restoration into the artwork, and from time to time they go back and revisit that restoration. So we're in the 10th anniversary of the Epic collection. So about 10 years ago, I think they announced it right before Iron Man 3 came out, and the books themselves came out in August, I believe. They announced something new that was going to be an Epic collection. An Epic collection, there was a Marvel Epic line where things like, here, let me give you an example. Prime example of the Marvel Epic line was Color Akira. Akira was part of their Epic line. And the Epic collections are just using that word Epic to collect older books. So they're lines of like Iron Man, Thor, Captain America. And there's about 20 plus issues in there. And that was unheard of at the time, right? Because we were getting like Essentials, and then that line got discontinued. But these are color reprints of those classic stories with more bang for your buck. And then 2 years ago, when did we announce it? The Mighty Marvel Masterworks line is pretty much the Marvel Masterworks, but in digest size and geared more towards the youth, towards kids.
Youth.
Yeah. I hope that does a better. I actually did a video on my channel on like the different collected editions, but I hope that kind of gives you an idea of what these are.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for the super.
Stop. Let's team up.
You got New Warriors on your avatar. I'm so happy about that. You're gonna get a volume 3 too. I just ordered Hickman's Avengers volumes 1 and 2. Excited to read them. What other Avenger volumes should I get? I have ordered or have volumes 1 through 5 of the early years. And Busiek and Perez. Well, unfortunately, there's not a lot of Avengers in omnibus format. There's the Crossing. There's the Gather. Is it the Gathering? Was that what it was? What they ended up calling it? And New Avengers. But New Avengers got voted to get reprinted. And I really do want to see a collection of New Avengers omnibus reprints, because so many people that love that era. So many people got into Avengers because of Bendis' New Avengers. But if you don't have, I'm trying to think, the Crossing. I love the Crossing, but I think there's like 10 of us that love the Crossing, maybe 12 now. It's been a while. What other Avengers book? That's a good question. Hopefully, a volume 2 of Perez and Busiek's run, which will be really. Will it have any Perez artwork? I'm trying to think. Might have a couple of issues of his art left.
The Gathering is the leather jacket years with Black Knight being a main character.
Yes, and that was the omnibus. I actually dig that. That was a fun era. Bob Harris was writing a lot of the stories. You had Steve Epting on artwork with beautiful inks by Tom Palmer. So, I've always been a sucker for the leather jacket years. I think there's a lot of us more so now that are.
Hey Omar, we know your favorite Marvel Omni is either Uncanny 1 or 3, but do you have a favorite DC Omni? Is it Perez Teen Titans, Jeff Johns JSA, Green Lantern Flash or Teen Titans, Infinite Crisis, or something else?
I never did do my favorite. Like I've done my. Did I do my favorite Omnis? No, I did. I did my top 10 favorite Omnis for Marvel and DC, and people have asked me to update that list because now things are back in print. I would have to say things like Gotham Central. I'm a huge fan of Gotham Central. I really like the design work that they did with Wonder Woman. I thought that was great. The new printing of the new Teen Titans were solid. So those are some of my favorite. I'm trying to think what I mean. DC puts out beautiful books. So does Marvel, but DC seems to do different designs for different books and different eras. And I know sometimes it aggravates people when they're not the same. Like I'm not a fan of the Nightfall designs, but I really like the No Man's Land designs. Those are good. I mean, all 3 books look solid. I mean, you look at Grant. Oh, I'm sorry. I just assume you see Grant Morrison's designs on Batman Omnis. Those are great. I love that. Or the Rebirth design, or I'm sorry, the what is now known as the Peter Tomasi and Patrick Gleason stuff. Yeah, those are great.
Paul's asking, how do you stretch an Omni binding so you can better see 2-page splash panels?
I actually there's a video on my channel on how to open an omnibus, how to stretch that spine.
I could feel like a breeze when you were doing that.
That's how good I am at opening spines.
So the Gambit controversy. Did he show up in the annual that came out first or the main series? The annual he was in half the book with full lines.
Yep.
How was that a cameo?
Because of the way the books came out at that time. The annual came out first. But in true, 266 would be considered his first appearance. I know. Even though the annual came out on by accident before 266.
Goku?
I am Goku. No, I'm Future Trunks. I'm not Goku.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How dare And I ain't no Future Trunks. I'm not GT Trunks. I ain't no little kid Trunks. I'm Future Trunks. That dude was the man. Then they punked my boy in Dragon Ball GT. Made him wear like khaki shorts. And a scarf? They made him wear a scarf and like a little
Thank you, John, for the super chat. What are your thoughts on Black Hammer?
I love it, man. It's so good. Like, just, if you're a fan of superheroes, it's so awesome to see all the tropes play out because you have your horror story in there. You have your generic, I don't want to even say generic, but your tropey Superman character, your tropey Swamp Thing character. Oh, it's so good. I really like it. Omar, you know that Death of Superman is my favorite because I bought it 7 times. Look at that picture, man. Styling. You don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do. I'm in the middle of Flashpoint and I don't if I should just start from the beginning or read where I left off because Flashpoint is awesome.
Well, if you like it that much, go back to the beginning. There's nothing wrong with going back to the beginning, or you can just flip through the pages to kind of remind yourself of what's happened. Sometimes when I get an omnibus, like a volume 2 of something, I skim through the first omnibus to remind me, like my brain, like reopen it up and be like, oh, that's right, this happened in this particular volume. I've done that forever. Even before I started making videos, I've done that. What do you think about purchasing Batman and Robin Omnibus by Tomasi? Is it a good Batman Omnibus? What's your idea? Is it worth buying? It's one of my favorites. I don't know if it's a good Batman Omnibus if you've never read or don't read a lot of Batman, because it plays heavily on the dynamic between father and son. So if you want like a solo Batman story, then oh my gosh, Batman by Paul Dini is amazing. That is one of my favorites. Batman by Snyder and Capullo is solid too. But the one by Paul Dini is great.
Let's see.
Yes, Batman.
So are you getting that upcoming SH Figure Arts Trunks?
Of course I am.
Yes, and yes.
Of course I am.
What is your opinion on Velvet by Image?
I have the biggest crush on that character. She's great.
I wasn't listening. Oh,
I was
Velvet?
reading his comment. So it's a character created by Ed Brubaker and Steve Epting, and the way Steve Epting draws her. By the way, and people say, "Oh, I have a crush on a character like Rogue and stuff," right? Because they're super hot, whatever. I have a crush on Velvet because she is not your stereotypical female character lead in a comic. She's in her late 40s, almost 50s, but she's a complete bad A. She was like she's a spy.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, that's why I like it. Like because it's not
When
your
were you reading
stereotypical. Oh, it's a few years old. I love that book.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't remember seeing it like on the table.
She's the one with the gray streak on her hair. The cover has her with a gun. That's super smoking lady too. Like the way that Epting drew her.
Keith for a Cow, thank you so much.
Thank you for the super chat, my brother.
Butt. I pay money for this mother trucker. What's going on with X-Men right now? I ain't been paying attention. And thank you. Kiss from a
I'm gonna drink
Rose.
some mezcal and get lit.
Are you referencing Seal? Kiss from a Rose? I love that song. I listened to a whole podcast just about that song.
What's going on with X-Men right now is they're still in the Krakoa era. And it looks like things are coming to an end for that era with the Sins of Sinister and then later on the Fall of X. So we still, but we still have the series like X-Force. We still have Wolverine. We have Immortal X-Men and X-Men Red, which is solid. So I think, and this is just me thinking, after Fall of X, things go back to the way people remember X-Men. Because no matter how long, oh man, I'm going to get on a freaking pedestal here in a second. No matter how long you read X-Men, no matter who comes on board and you're like, oh, this is a fresh new take. I love it. It's great. This is the stuff that I wanted. For some reason, our dumb butts, not just me, start going, this is great and all, but I really do miss the days of X-Men playing baseball in the backyard of the X-Mansion. And when they were just fighting Sentinels. What's wrong with us? Why can't we accept change? It's like we always go back. Even when they blow up, hey, how many times has the mansion blown up? Even when they blow up the mansion, you're like, oh, good. They're going to get out of there. This is a brand new start for X-Men. They're living on Alcatraz. They're living in the moon. They're living on Mars. And then we're like, oh, man. But I miss the days when the X-Men would just hang out in the backyard and talk about feelings and fight Magneto. No matter what, dude, what's wrong with us? What's wrong with us? We can't accept change when it comes to X-Men. We just keep going back to the same story. And then Claremont's like, I got this. You say baseball? You say X-Mansion?
Crispy Simmons, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey guys, do you think we'll get a Green Lantern early years Silver Age up to Jeff Johns Omnis? Thank you all for the hard work.
Thank you so much for the super chat. The Violator there. Clown. That's your boy, John Leguizamo.
What?
He was the clown in Spawn.
Oh.
But
he was
I hope so.
In Romeo and Juliet.
I don't know if they will eventually go to the era of Jeff Johns' run, but I certainly hope so. They definitely need a lot more, especially that Kyle Rayner era. Oh my gosh, I would love that era. Even if they give me that era, I would be okay with that. Oh, here, somebody asked. Wait. Bunkmaster B, morning Omni, checking in from my office. So since I'm technically getting paid right now, does that make me a professional moderator now?
Look at what I found this morning, Ben.
Yes, Ben Drew. Remember when people used to send us letters?
A teeth bird. Oh, good times.
Oh, Bar's saying, I hope you're having a good weekend. Melanie.
Oh,
not me.
No. Oh, yes, I clicked on it and I said the same to her as well. It was a 7-minute brack, not a 5-minute, not including shading.
Hi, Omar. Do you think you could do a reading order of the Krakoa era of X-Men? I actually did one. It's been 2 years outdated, but yeah, I can do another one. Absolutely. You know what? I will mark that down before I go to Japan. How about that? Oh, I got so much to do. I'm making so many promises. Do you think it's worth buying a new Loki omnibus? If you like the character, yes, there's some really good stories in there. Absolutely. There's some, oh my gosh, there's some great stories in there. And then some that are okay. I read Arkham Asylum yesterday, and it was so good. Had to watch the breakdowns to better understand it. Oh, the Grant Morrison one? I'm glad you liked it. That one is that's a different Batman, right? Because like Batman got beat up by security guards, and you can't even see yourself. Like you can't see that in a Batman story these days. X-Men really gets Omar hot and bothered. I almost slipped. Why is the Wolverine miniseries by Claremont and Miller was left out of the first Epic collection from Wolverine? Probably because Epics are mapped differently, so they left it out. And it's in the omnibus, but the omnibus is mapped different too, because the omnibus starts with Weapon X. So the epics, I think, are mapped as they came out. So unfortunately, the mini probably belongs with the X, because if you think about it, it's a bigger X-Men story too, because it ties heavily into From the Ashes. So when he comes back, he's what is that? 173, 174, and 175. So that's probably why. Omar, have you reached out to David about the New Mutants Annual 5 missing from Omnibus 3? Is it missing? No, you're the first one to say anything about it. I would have reached out. By the way, I did a TikTok. I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth. But they did add Star miniseries to this. I talked about it on the little short that... when I was reading this last week, I was like, oh, that's right. All the solicits still say that this only contains issues 1 through 26 and the Captain Marvel, The End, but this also contains the Star 5-issue miniseries, which you all brought to my attention. So then I let David know, and his team added it there. So sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no. I'm looking for that New Mutants. I didn't think there was anything missing from New Mutants, because we mapped it on Map My X. Are you sure about that? I'm double checking. Because I know it's got Annual 4. Okay, Annual 5 will be in Volume 4, I'm sure. That's why.
What'd I miss? Any announcements?
No announcements.
All hell, Brack. Oh, yeah, of course, Ben. And we still got the pictures. We've got all the pictures.
Right, Cron.
Used to send. I'm just being silly.
Saturday morning fan. I love this. You should do a video on the best licensed comic stories like Transformers, Shogun Warriors, Godzilla, or Alf. But do you know how much it will break my heart that stuff will never see print because of licensing? There's so many amazing stories. And I don't mean just one license. I mean multiple licenses from different people. Does somebody want to know our P.O. Box?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, letters will be appreciated. Pictures, we would
send some art. You got kids?
Yeah.
You got kids?
It doesn't have to be a kid.
You tell your kid to draw something for the Uncanny Omar.
And
I miss those.
I will say we appreciate so much the donations, and we know a couple of books are on the boxes are on the way from New Spooky Channel, so thank you. However, we're gonna say wait for the next giveaway after we do the next giveaway. Since people have been so kind. Yes, since more
thank
stuff. You. It's just we don't have the space.
And Melanie, are you announcing a giveaway? Is that what you're doing?
No, not that I'm against it. It's just we get to plan it.
Maybe when we get to 85, we'll do a small giveaway.
We just don't physically have the space, so we're good for donations right now, and we definitely appreciate ones that were already sent or in transit. Just saying, like, yeah, just simple letters. If you would like to send some artwork, we definitely appreciate it. We keep it all. So thank you so much for the super chat. Why don't you go ahead and read that, please?
Where's the love for Roger Stern, Avengers, and Doctor Strange as Omnis? No time for love, Dr. Jones. No.
It's Stranger. I'm gonna give R0X21XX a hard time. It's Doc Strange.
He paid $5 for that super chat, and I agree about
he gets two gifts.
I agree about the Uncle Raj Omnis. I don't know. Maybe Marvel is set back and saying, okay, we're pretty close to Roger Stern's Avengers. Then they might be obsolete here in the next few years because we're on Volume 5 now. I don't know. That's a tough one, but definitely Doctor Strange. That would be in the next volume, which I don't know if they'd call Volume 3 or All New Adventures of Doctor Strange. But
All right,
they definitely need it. Though.
I
I'm with
see
you,
your
brother.
super sticker. I see it. Come on, where's Harley?
I deleted all the Harleys.
Oh, whatever. There we go.
Just for Bar.
Let's see. This is for you, soft cover, Omar. Happy Eurovision final day grab.
I love Eurovision.
Hopefully there are more European Eurovision fans on here. Sound off. Good luck to all the countries competing. Go Israel, except for Sweden.
How dare you?
Wait. That's grand final. Okay, that's what you meant. Let me keep hitting the wrong buttons. There we go. Mm-hmm.
I feel like you're going to end the chat here in a little bit. Micronauts and Rom sadly missed. Thank you so much, Jeff, for the super
Here's some
chat
for you.
Yeah, there's so many that are just out there that sadly, because of multiple licenses, license holders, things will never see the print. Like even if you think about like Conan, right? Let's talk about Conan for a second. No matter Marvel, who published the stories, still couldn't print anything with Red Sonja's title. She could be in the book, right? She could be featured in the comic itself, but you can never reprint any of her single issues. So the crossover was left to, and Red Sonja went back home to her planet. What was the thing from Poochie? Poochie went back home to his planet, but sadly he got killed on the way up there from Ren and Stimpy. Oh, not Ren and Stimpy, Itchy and Scratchy.
Okay, I was going to say, I remember Poochie being from the Simpsons.
But anyway, they give you a recap as to what happened in the single issue. But even things like that are just like, that sucks.
Extreme Omniverse? I didn't know this existed. Thank you, Max.
Yeah, this is that's the new thing that's coming out, right?
Yeah, I'm a sucker for symbiotes. You know what I'm saying?
There was a Mortal Kombat comic. I think it was published. Was it Malibu that did? I know they did Street Fighter for a while, and there was a Mortal Kombat comic. So I used to have it. The Rockin' Dog. Poochie died on his way back home to his own planet.
Oh, okay.
Like they used the cell, the single animation cell, just to scroll it up as he's being abducted, going back to the. I love that episode.
Oh, Max, thanks for remembering my symbiote's name.
Are you still doing that? Omar.
Oh no, me and Ray's haven't talked for a while.
Me and the Ray's hasn't talked.
Oh shoot.
Here. Well, hold on. Let me see a couple of these. But can you? These are good questions. But can you reprint the MTU issue with Red Sonja? Nope. Cannot. I don't think so. Wait, hold on. How does that work? Licensing is such a pain in the butt. I know that the collected editions department hate it, right? Because at any time a lawyer can be like, sorry, I know you just worked on that, but can't do it. And they try, right? I mean, they try. Just like you can't reprint the appearances of like the Conan issues in the Red Sonja Omnibus that's coming out later this year from Dynamite. It's just different license holders. Oh, what a pain, man. That's why things like DC versus Marvel. Oh, boy. I've been playing Breath of the Wild. That's how far I am behind. Hey, bro, the big announcement going to be put on Patreon first? If so, when? That's something I have to check with Marvel. Maybe just a few hours before the announcements goes live. Usually I like to do it. Speaking of announcements, the announcements start tomorrow. Okay? But if you're on Patreon, they start today.
And which tier is that?
That's the early access. No, the engagement tier. What tier is that called? Melanie, you put that together.
How much is it?
It's a $5 tier. I don't know what it's called.
That's the early access tier.
It's called something else. We called it something fun, like Engage.
Engagement is the $7.77 tier where you get Ask Me Anything.
Anyway, that goes
and the
live
book
tonight.
Club.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll need to post later today what won for the vote for Ask Me Anything time and the book club.
So if you've been waiting for announcements, they are starting again tomorrow. It's funny because you see, I see all the comments. I just don't reply because sometimes comments can just go down their own dark path. But I remember the last few batches, the way that I announced, so people are like, oh, there's just too many books. There's too many announcements. And then you don't say anything for about a month and a half. And people are like, yo, you got any more of them announcements coming? What's going on? Is Marvel canceling books? What's going on? Like, I seriously got some sweet messages, but you could see like what the way they were thinking. Like, are we in trouble here? Are we done with the Marvel announcements for a while because they're shifting the schedule? Like, what's going on with that? No, they're coming. So tomorrow kicks off the announcements for 2024. February to July of 2024. So you'll be seeing some stuff there. So it'll be Sunday and then Tuesday and then back to Sunday. Of course, the big announcement will be the 22nd here on the channel. And I just have to get with different teams to ask exactly when. And then there's another part to that big announcement. That'll be the 25th. So
Is that the big announcement that
you can't even ask. Can't even ask because I'll mess up, you'll mess up, and then we all mess up. Is that the big announcement? Yes, that's the big announcement for
that's it. Yeah, that's all I was gonna say.
That's it.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, what the Marvel lawyers has come in here with ninjas in my house?
Real big announcement. You've been saying that for a couple of weeks now.
Oh, I didn't know what you were gonna ask. Is that the big announcement?
No, I know. I got your back. All right. On that note, I now have grabbed 2 of the 3 called Omnis. Does Marvel or Titan have the rights to that?
That's a good question. I don't know who. Robert E. Howard stuff is done by Signature. I assume it's them that have it, so it would be Titan. So Cullen, Solomon Kane, perhaps, are the ones behind that. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Secret Warriors Omni up there?
Rainy day in Texas. I liked it. It was good. At first, that was one that took me the second read through to enjoy.
Oh, that's true. $10 on the Patreon can get your name in those sweet
That's
credits.
Right. It can. Yeah, I forgot. We never mentioned those. And then we have the consultation tier, which is $35, but that's been sold out. Sometimes they come open. Announcements are back. Does this batch include a
mysterious box set? That's what Anthony wants.
Not this time. Do you believe the Guardians of the Galaxy Abnett and Landing Omni will be reprinted? I don't know. That would be. I know some people want that one because they don't want to go bring the retro views back. I know I miss doing those too. You know what? I may when I'm not gonna lie. June's already got me stressed because I have to do so many videos by June that I'm like, okay, I gotta have enough here, and then I have to have 2 backups in case we don't have anything or there are delays in our flights or whatever. So I am probably gonna bring a couple of retro views back. Thank you for that suggestion, my brother. I love doing those. And then I know some people hate it. They're like, why would you talk about a book that's out of print? And then my answer is always the same because you could be watching this 3 years from now and it's going to be out of print. Yeah. We also have a Discord on our NMC where people talk about the early announcements. That's kind of where they keep it down low. They're great about doing that.
Because you're special and you get to talk about other people. And keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Tales of the Jedi Volume 1, the Omnibus? Or are you talking about something? I'm sorry. He's asking how long does cheaper graphic novels take to restock. I'm looking for Tales of the Jedi Volume 1.
First of all, I like your username, and secondly, I like your the profile pic because I'm really into Deadpool right now.
She's really into Deadpool.
I'm really into Deadpool.
She's a few years too late, but that's okay.
That's okay.
I don't know if that. If I'll tell you what, if it's in stock, it doesn't take that long. It's a special order, and it depends on when the distribution decides to ship it out. But if you're talking about the you're talking about the Epic Collection, that shouldn't take too long. That one I believe is still in stock if I'm not mistaken. So I would say a couple of weeks maybe, depending on how fast they get their shipment from distribution.
If you want a moderator that draws Brack and Teethbird from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, then join the Discord. Thank you to our moderators and the moderators on the chat. Thank you. John, thank you for the super chat.
Look at that question.
Top 3 Nintendo series. I Heart Zelda, Metroid, and Mario. Man, so we're talking. What a hard question.
We're talking first party, right? First party Nintendo series. All right, let's do it, Melanie.
Mario Kart has a special place in my heart.
I would put that under the Mario.
That was college.
Mario
World.
No. Yep. Putting it under Mario, so it's covered.
Okay.
Star Tropics. I love Star Tropics 1 and 2. Love them. I have no idea why they never made a comeback.
But Zelda. Mario Kart.
Zelda's up there. Metroid does bring back a lot of, especially Super Metroid. God rest in peace. Was it Gunpei that passed away in an earthquake?
Oh, gee.
Yeah, passed away in an earthquake. So the only thing we got was Metroid Return of Samus, and Super Metroid, and then that's why we didn't have a Metroid game for a long time. And then the GameCube gave us Prime, but that was without him. Yeah, that's sad. He's so young.
Mario Party.
I maybe Earthbound over Star Tropics, but Star Tropics is good in Zelda and Mario.
Man,
those are good.
I tried playing Earthbound.
You need to finish that statement right now.
Because oh my goodness, I really appreciated it because I love Undertale.
Let me tell you something.
And anytime, I was like, oh, that's where it came from.
Anytime my wife says, I tried. It's gonna be disappointing. It's gonna be disappointing.
That's how anybody would say it. I tried. Obviously, they're not.
No, it's the way you word it.
Finish it.
I tried Starman. I tried Blade of the Immortal.
I'm an opinion.
I tried kissing a girl.
I did once.
Some Saturday stream.
So that's not bad. Her name is Becca. Anyway, Mario Galaxy was amazing.
Yep. Yeah, Mario Sunshine is very underrated.
I didn't pick a third one. Earthbound seems so bonkers in a good way.
Great.
Yeah.
I had the scratch and sniff stickers that came with mine. Oh my gosh, I love that stuff.
That existed. All right. Hey guys, I would love to start reading some Spider-Man collective editions. Should I buy 2 epics like Kraven's Last Hunt? Good one.
It's a great one.
And first issue, or just one omnibus like Ultimate Spider-Man?
If you've never read Spider-Man, like there's Kraven's Last Hunt is an amazing introduction to the character, but keep in mind nothing gets that dark again. Well, maybe some fans would disagree. Zeb Wells' run is kind of dark for different reasons. And there's nothing wrong with starting from the beginning. I think to this day, those issues still stand out of Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. And Ultimate Spider-Man is a great introduction, though, to Spider-Man in the modernization kind of way. So it's a fresh, like, wiping the slate clean. You don't need to know anything beforehand. You don't need to know, all the history behind the characters or anything like that. So I think that's so many of my viewers have gotten into that franchise because of Ultimate Spider-Man.
Is Will Payton superior?
No, Michael, it is good. Nobody ever says anything about Will Payton, by the way. But yeah, Since Past is pretty dark.
Yeah.
I recommend starting with Spider-Man #1. Omni, but get Silver Age
is a good starting point.
That's a great starting point.
Yeah.
That's a good, thank you. That's a good recommendation.
Ultimate Spider-Man helped Mag get back into the comics in the early 2000s. Don't know if you ever answered this before, but what are the chances Marvel can reprint Jack Kirby's 2001 Space Odyssey in some oversized format?
It's one of my most wanted gallery editions. It's the also first appearance of Machine Man.
Oh yeah.
That's another licensed property that I'd have no idea about. It's one, like, I know here's the thing. Whenever I do talk to David about licensed things, sometimes I could tell that but Mega Man isn't Nintendo, though. That's Capcom. That's why I went with first party Nintendo, Alex Gomez. That's my loophole anyway. But anyway, so anytime I talk to David about, it'd be great to print this, we reminisce about, because he's a fan. Like, David is a huge fan at first, right? And then, of course, it's his job to get these things made. There's so many things that he wants to do, and he's just like, you just kind of breaks your heart after a while when people are like, no, you can't do that because of this and this. No, you can't do that because of this and this. And he's like, okay, we'll just keep it, we'll keep it safe and do these other books, the Marvel family books. So I don't know about 2001. That's kind of a weird, like, part of it belongs, of course, who owns the right to 2001 now? I don't even know. And I don't mean the movie production company. I mean as a whole, because everything seems to be owned by like 5 different people. Yeah, that's a good one. It has the same issue as Transformers, right? Transformers owned by Hasbro now, but also owned by Marvel. Like, some of the characters that appear there first appeared in Marvel Comics. So it's kind of a weird place to be. Or same thing with Micronauts or ROM or Shogun Warriors. Like, it's a weird multiple license kind of thing. So I don't know. Omar.
Thank you for the super chat. New Mutants.
Yes.
Annual 5 should be in Omni 3. Released same month as issue 80. Both stories occur before 77, reflected on the wiki and Crushing Crisis.
Before the Asgardian, the return to Valkyrie to Asgard? I don't... But okay, here's the thing, though. That annual came out late. So maybe they're holding on to it for volume 4 or 5 because they need to fatten volume 5 up. Because if you think about it, what's left for volume 5? 86 through 100, right? And 100 already doubled, 98, 99, 100 already double dip a little bit with X-Force. Then you have the Kings of Pain storyline, Days of Future Present, which would be awesome to collect in whole, and Extinction Agenda. And maybe that annual 6 and 7 would fatten it up some. And then there was a summer special too. Anyway, sorry, just did a quick mapping in my head. We've actually done a Map My X on those.
Why are you apologizing?
I don't know.
Sometimes
I'm talking to myself. Thank you for the super chat, though.
Here's a question. How can I motivate myself to read even if it is the end of a tiring day? What if you treated yourself? You're like, okay, if I sit down and read, then I get to drink your favorite drink or something. That's my idea. And of course, well, I'll tell you, my first reaction was it's all good. You don't have to make yourself read if it's the end of a tiring day. But maybe if you mean you really want to know what happens next, but you're just so tired. Yeah, that's my suggestion.
I put music on to focus on reading. When I have to do some deep dive reading, I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I'm tired. So I always put music on. And sometimes it's music without words. Sometimes it's music that has words, depending on what I'm reading. Sometimes it's video game music. Sometimes it's just trying to think of classical music. I love listening to classical music while reading some particular story. But yeah, I'm a big fan of putting music on if I'm tired and want to get to reading. That's what I do. I hope that answers your question as to how we motivate ourselves. So
we have a super chat from Brian.
Yeah, Omar, what storyline comes before Batman War Games and after picked up the 2 trade paperbacks last week? You're looking for Batman as the Crows Flies before. That's the one by Judd Winnick. And afterwards is Under the Red Hood. At least that's the way that I have them. Thank you for asking. All right. Brian, thank you so much for the super chat, my brother. Are the second round of Epic announcements still happening this week? Also, that AVX Omni is ridiculous looking. Could use it to fight off home invaders. I believe that is the biggest omnibus we have with the most page count. It's the biggest page count we have, over 1,600 pages. And yes, you could throw it at a home invader, but don't throw an omnibus. Throw knives first.
Hey, that's a joke.
I was trying to plan out my week. Here's the thing: if we do it next week, then that leaves us with no announcements besides the reprints for a few months. If that's what you all want, I'd be more than happy to. I was just kind of padding it out, but yeah, sure. If you want it next week, I'll talk to David. I already have all the information. I got all the covers and I've got the content. I was just wondering when that stuff is going to hit the catalog. But yeah. Well, Circuit Breaker is a licensed product too. Can you go up for a second?
I'm waiting to freak out.
But that's it. That's if that's what you want, my brother. I will see.
What is this? Defoe is the back after Beetlejuice 2? Why didn't you tell me?
Like I just found out about it
I
yesterday.
love Beetlejuice and Defoe. In fact, with the English teachers, we were talking about our top lists of people we're attracted to, and I said, I got weird entries like Willem Dafoe, Spider-Man. Oh my gosh. You got weird entries.
Yeah. Okay, calm down there.
That's awesome. Thank you for letting me know.
Circuit Breaker, not Livewire, Omar, is a weird one. First appears as Josie in Transformers, origin story in Transformers, but first appearance as Circuit Breaker is in Iron Man, so nobody uses her. Except for Marvel, right? Marvel can use her. It's just really weird. I'm super impatient to learn about the new line, so yes, please. Okay. I can't see Defoe as a villain. Have your copies of Kelly Thompson's Captain Marvel and the Modern Loki Omnibus shown up yet? Captain Marvel, yes. Yes, Captain Marvel, yes. And they added the Star miniseries. I was saying that a little bit earlier. They did add the Star miniseries. No to Loki yet. Something weird's going on with the printer or the people that send me stuff. So I'm actually working with David on that to see what exactly is going on. I think they sold my books in Turkey and
what?
And that guy's going to jail. Omar, one last question. Do you think Batman and Robin Omnibus is worth buying? Is it a good choice? Wait a minute. I answered that already. Yes, it's a good choice, but if you want a really good solo Batman story, go with Batman by Paul Dini. I hope you're still here. Sometimes people ask questions and they leave for a little bit to go watch the game or whatever. And
Watch
then
the game.
do you need this?
Somebody's asking for the eye.
Oh, sure. Omar in the chat. I'm sure I read about Warlock and the Infinity Watch Omnibus. Was I hallucinating? You were hallucinating, Alex. I'm so sorry. I would have announced it. But that's a good oh, that's cool. I like that.
I'll show the whole thing.
But it was a good hallucination, right? It was a good hallucination because I would love that. Some of it has already been printed in the Infinity War Omnibus and then the Infinity Crusade Omnibus, but I would love to see it. Good night, Omnibo. Be good, brother.
What do you think of that? Wait, I can't hold it right.
And there's no eye.
Yeah.
This
but
one,
it seems like it laced well. Does it not?
Yeah, it does. Let me see. This one's iMac, isn't it? Or is it Mega? No, this is iMac.
We'll show the front. The front is cool.
See, like the paper stock in this one is not as thick as the Incredible Hulk Volume 5.
John, you took John oddly seriously there. Disney needs to get its mitts on more properties like I Need a Root Canal.
Oh, okay. But I mean, if you think about it, though, like that's why selfishly, I don't and do want Marvel to get the rights back to Transformers.
It's hard to see
because they're the only ones that could actually print all the stories, and no one else could. IDW had a limited time to do it, and for some reason they went with trade paperbacks instead of hardcovers, and they never finished out the UK line. Yeah, it wasn't good. So,
it is noon.
It is noon.
And Blaz reminded to go Ting.
Okay, so if you live in Europe and you're interested in any of these books, then you definitely need to check out Walt's Comic Shop. They're based out of Berlin, Germany, and they have the cheapest pre-order prices for Marvel and DC big books within the EU. Flat shipping rates of €12 for all EU countries. Bulletproof packaging. All emails are answered within 24 hours. That's waltzcomicshop.com. Tell them Near Mint Condition sent you their way by typing in the code Near Mint Condition, all one word at the checkout. Free shipping for all EU countries. Your first order of over €40 or more.
I love listening to you talk.
Oh my gosh.
I love listening to you advertise.
Oh yeah, that's waltzcomicshop.com.
Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for t-shirts like this, Omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ting.
That's it? No ting? No more.
I said ting.
You said one ting. I do 3 tings. Hashtag iMac forever. Always an instigator. You couldn't have chosen a better name. Marvel owns Circuit Breaker, who first was in Secret Wars 2, but there's right snag with the name from what Yes, Livewire, I think is what they're going. I can't keep up, honestly. Omar, better sing it and do jazz. There's my jazz.
That's not how you do jazz hands.
This is I'm going to kill my kids.
No, this way.
Oh, that's right. Whatever.
You were like, thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Doc, for the super chat, my brother. A matchup between DC and Marvel heroes. Please choose who will win. Batman versus Captain America. Constantine versus Doctor Strange. Wonder Woman versus Thor. Green Lantern versus Iron Man. Black Canary. He's like, I'm going to get my money's worth. Crypto versus Lockjaw. Oh, my gosh.
Captain America.
They fought. And John Byrne knew that.
Oh.
Batman.
And the Marvel versus DC or DC versus
Batman is the character that took out Superman. He'll figure out a way with his 6 out of 10 detective skills to take down his opponent.
And I wanted to cite something that might be a spoiler because it's kind of new, Zdarsky's run. So
don't say anything.
I won't.
Okay. Constantine versus Doctor Strange. Oh, that's a hard one. Okay. Take the fanboy out because I like Constantine more. I think Doctor Strange. Just because you've seen him cut loose. You've seen what kind of power he has. It's almost infinite amount of power, especially when he taps into the dark stuff. Wonder Woman versus Thor.
And let us know your opinions in the comments.
Boy, Wonder Woman just got to wrap her lasso around Thor, and he's going to be like distracted. You're a real pretty girl. Thor's weak against.
But
that's
is it him telling the truth?
Yeah, because it's the lasso of truth. You got some nice set of eyes.
Okay, so Wonder Woman.
Green
Woman. Lantern versus Iron Man. Green Lantern. Right?
Power of will. Iron Man smart. Green Lantern.
Black Canary versus Daredevil.
Oh, Daredevil. I love
Crypto versus Lockjaw.
Gosh, this is wrong.
Maybe
Crypto.
Okay.
Man, Marvel. That's some hard Marvel versus DC questions there. I'm a Marvel fan.
Good question.
I'm a Marvel fan at yeah, I know he did, but that was a ridiculous story with Constantine. But I gotta go with Doctor Strange. What's going on, Mega Shrimster? Where you been, man? Where you been?
Wonder Woman versus Thor is
War of the Gods, pretty much. Yeah. Dr. Fate versus Strange would be more classic versus. What about Dr. Strange Fate, the amalgam character?
Thank you for the super chat, Brian. Would Marvel have the rights to the IDW stories?
See, that's the thing with the licensing. I don't know if they would, because that would be news stories with that licensed property that don't have Marvel characters. Although they did a crossover with New Avengers. Oh, yeah, it's a legal nightmare, I'm sure.
Oh, look at all these. Look at all these.
Alf versus Norton. I love that character. Batman versus... Come on, man. Sleepwalker? Really? Of all the characters?
Punisher versus Deadshot.
Who said Alf stomps Wolverine? I'm gonna ban that guy. What's up, man?
Thank you for the super chat.
Thanks for coming on the show. You are so welcome. Thank you for asking me, man. Anytime. Thank you for having me on. It was a lot of fun. I wasn't getting hard questions like I'm getting here right now with all these Omar versus DC. DC would win. I'll go broke. Deathstroke versus Deadpool would be a good one. Half of those fights get wrapped quick when you realize Tony and Steven would get dropped if they have to rely on street rules and can't use their toys or powers. That's a good point. And like, it's hard not to, like, okay, I remember the fight between Wolverine and Lobo, and I'm like, this is before the Guggenheim run of Wolverine, by the way, which really makes me mad. And I'm not going to spoil what, but they totally made him into a Dragon Ball Z character that I was like, what? This is stupid. All right. But with the Lobo versus Wolverine fight, I remember voting for Lobo against all my might, because I was like, I have to think about this logically. Y'all remember when we voted for Marvel versus DC? You voted. I was like, I have to think about this logically. There's no way Wolverine would win. This is a guy that can regenerate. Like, he can come back from a single cell. Years later. Anyway, so like, I have to
Jeff,
think.
I'll come back to yours.
What's going on, Jeff? How are you, my brother?
Oh, okay.
What do you think of the idea of the Omnibus collecting the early days of graphic novels? Death of Captain Marvel, Revenge of the Living Monolith, God Loves Man Kills. I love that idea. You would be doing some double dipping, but not everybody gets everything, right? And it would definitely be a series of at least, 3 Omnis if you want everything? And keep in mind, there's some stuff that they couldn't even reprint, too, going back to the license thing. Like Dreadstar. They couldn't reprint Dreadstar. And a couple of other books. Dude, how have you been, brother? I haven't talked. I was gonna text you this weekend.
He interrupted his own train of thought, his own rant.
So my boy Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff is good people, man. Jeff is good people. Team Omar versus Team Omar. Does Jess have a team? Is it just him and Bar?
Oh, she does. How's it going?
I might be on a show later today. I'm still trying to see what we're gonna do today. He wants to do a toy opening.
I did not know that.
Oh, go to Doc Holiday for a second, because that is a good question. Near Mint Condition versus Near Mint Collective. So my friends and I started a channel they started a channel 2 years ago, and I jump on there from time to time. That's Near Mint Collective. They will be joining me live on May 25th to celebrate 7 years on YouTube.
So as I posted, it was created, the channel, on May 9th.
Yes, but our first video went live May 25th.
Not that kind of pickle.
That was so we used to do panel videos on the channel, and then pandemic changed everything, and they let me roll solo because they were busy living their lives, and I respect that. But I wanted to go a different route, and here we are. So they created their own channel, Near Man Collective, and I'm part of it from time to time. So yeah, we'll be doing a live stream that evening from here. On May 25th. If you want to join us for a celebration, bring your drinks, bring questions. It's just good to be with my friends again. And hopefully we'll be.
So that's why I started the channel.
Yeah, and I miss doing panel videos. So hopefully I'm talking to Andrew about doing like maybe a longer panel video, like an hour-long panel video, so we can do like one a month or something like that. Be a lot of fun.
T. James, I hear you.
That's what's up. What did he say? What did he say?
Oh, Manga his first trade paperback about 2 weeks ago, which was Craven's Last Hunt. Needless to say, I forgot how dark it is. I haven't told his mother.
How old's your kid though? Guess if your kid's like 10, the kid be like, "What? This guy bury Spider-Man alive?"
Oh wait, that's every day. Omar versus Melanie.
Yeah, we don't.
Correct. Were you born that day?
May 25th, 1977. Oh my gosh, can't talk. May 9th versus May 9th.
Oh man. Logan's got a question. Do you think we'll ever get a G. Willow Wilson Miss Marvel omnibus?
I hope so.
If there's been one already, maybe a reprint.
I hope if they reprinted, and I know some people will hate me for saying this, they reprint the whole thing instead of May 25th. Was that May the Force be with you? Was that the opening of Star Wars? Maybe that's what he was talking about. 1977, right?
Absolutely.
Or it could be his birthday. Is it your birthday or Star Wars? What are we talking about here? I would love if they reprinted, but make it complete instead of having two. Right.
Oh, Craig was born in 86.
So it's got to be Star Wars. Yeah. So no word on that yet. Keep in mind, like production companies, the MCU works differently. They don't tell Marvel anything. Hey, this is coming out. So they can't plan ahead when movies are coming out. My kid's 8 and a huge Spidey fan. He actually loved the book. Oh, then your kid has good taste.
All right, I'm gonna start opening boxes, and we've got 2 super chats here.
Okay.
This first box, or the 2 boxes, is from Steve.
Brian, let me correct that though. Okay, any updates on the announcement that only old people will care about? That's not what I said. I said people my age, we're not old, right? We're not old, and older will appreciate more. I think there's a lot of people that are younger than us that might go, "Oh, that's really cool," or "What could this mean?" That's awesome. So there you go. That announcement will be on the 22nd, to be followed up by a second announcement on the 25th. So you heard it here first. You included New Mutants Annual 5 in your mapping with issues 55 to 85. Figured you'd be the first one to want your Xbox proper reading order. Did I fight for that? Do you remember? Because we got into fights, and then sometimes we have to just, whenever we fight about things, we just go, okay, fine, you can have it this, but I get this. I love mapping with my friends, and I'm trying to get us back in at least one episode in May before we leave for Japan. So I'm hoping that we can do one Map My Ex. But if it's not in volume 3, then it will definitely be in volume 4. Believe me, this is Omar you're talking to. I will remind them. I'm not going to let them forget about one omnibus.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the super chat, my brother. Who's this?
Steve, thank you so much. This is a late birthday present for you.
Is that Nightwing? Oh, dude, sweet. Guess where he's going? I've got my other Nightwing. One of my viewers bought me from New York Comic Con. It was the exclusive up there, the pop figure. This is definitely going up there. Dude, thank you so much. This was so nice. Who's this from?
This is from Steve.
Steve, okay.
And then here you go. This is Batman Black and White Riddles, Indigo, so Canadian exclusive.
Oh, a Canadian exclusive.
Then Pyrus Carmilla magazine.
Yeah,
I found it Barnes and Noble.
Let me see what this is. I saw the magazine.
Saga floppy trades. SHCs are duplicates or extras because of upgrades. Oh, that's the next.
Oh, one. Dude. Okay, look, and he sent us this. Steve, thank you so much. This is the next chapter of Saga after the hardcovers. Is it signed by Fiona?
Oh, and there's going to be some Harley. So, Bar, if you need some Harley, send it to you. We got One Piece.
Vampiresque.
And
Carmilla.
6 editions of the Northern English literature. Thank you.
You know, I
because
married.
He works at a university.
Oh,
there's
and
an
I was gonna
exchange
say,
program.
you know, I married an English teacher, right? I'm sure you knew that.
Like, I'm definitely going to go through those. Okay.
I don't
here's the
think
second
buying
box.
Spider-Man is the darkest part of Kraven's Last Hunt, if I'm remembering the ending correctly. No, it's definitely not. NMC shares a birthday with Star Wars. That's a pretty cool birthday twin. See, I'm 49. My 19-year-old daughter thinks old digital cameras are cool. Digital cameras. I also want Annual 5 included Volume 3 after the Asgard story. Well, it might be too late now, but I can definitely ask. This is really cool,
Sorry.
man. Who's this from?
Steve.
Oh, this is from Steve.
2
Okay.
boxes, and thank you so much for sending some money to help with shipping. Thank you. And we've got this, and
Oh, look at that.
look, Bar.
Oh, the
Look
Birds of
at
Prey.
it!
Yeah, I remember that.
Wait, is Bar still in the chat? Let's see.
It's been quite. This is awesome. And
You
this,
wanna
I didn't even know
100%
about this. The Vampiress Carmilla story. She was the first vampire, right? If I'm not mistaken. Some great artwork, and I love this black and white stuff, man. So this is a newer book, March 2023. Yeah, it is. So he also sent us some books for giveaways. Thank you so much for that, brother.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, there's the All-Star Batman book that has the Scott Snyder and Jock story. It's volume 2.
This makes me hungry. I want chicken wings.
Not to be mistaken for
Here,
chicken wings.
answer Jeff's question while I go through the next
If
box.
you
Thank
and Mel
thank
could choose
you.
one little used Marvel title for an MCU or MCU style treatment, what would you choose? My choice: Strike Force Morituri. Obscure. One little used. I like Darkhawk. I like the idea of Darkhawk, and we know that movies like that are possible. Atari Force. Was that, yeah, Marvel did Atari Force. The Nth Man would be cool. I gotta go with New Warriors. They were rumored to do it, but they didn't.
Kingsport Cows 41.
Oh, my bad. Did I read that as 29? Is there any Silver Age reprints or new Omnis coming? Yes. At the very least, Annual 5 should kick off New Mutants Volume 4. It can't be placed after 85. No, it can't.
Woo,
Yeah, I'm sure it will be in there. Who's this from?
This is from Shannon.
Shannon?
Oop.
Oh, look at that.
Nice bookmark. And I like the cover to the book.
That is a metal bookmark. That's how you get somebody's attention. This is Yumi. And Inferno Girls Red.
Let's see. And we got one more.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yumi
see if
looks
you could show
cool.
some artwork.
Doug Wagner, Hoyt Silva, the colors is Kevin. Was there a note with this one?
I didn't see one.
And I'm sorry, who sent this one?
Shannon
Shannon did. Okay.
from Texas. So is this something Shannon's involved in?
I don't know. Maybe he's publishing. So here, some of the artwork in Yumi. Spy Fatale, Battle Royale.
Here.
There we go.
There's this one called Stone.
Is that also from?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Dig
Look
the
at that.
colors
Oh,
in
can you
this.
see it?
Oh, that's an ash can.
That's a what?
An ash can. It kind
Ash
of
can backstage.
yeah. An ash can is like a little not a prelude, but like a taste of what the book's
I learned
about.
a new term today.
I'm sure I've used it before.
I hadn't used it before.
And this is Inferno Girl Red. This one is Foundation Edition. These look like Kickstarters.
Rahul's saying that cover is gorgeous.
The art in here is killer.
Thank you, Gabriel.
Look at that. I'm gonna have to do a little research as to you. I'll get the name from the box. Look, this is awesome. It kind of reminds me of this is Erica Durso, Matt Groom, Igor Monti, and Becca Carey are the creators behind this book here. Yeah, a mix of like Power Rangers with Radiant Black. Kind of reminds me of Radiant Black a little bit. And then this is Stone.
One more box.
That is Will Spertasio. This is from they Shannon, or I'm sorry, what was the name again?
Shannon.
Sent me this too?
Yeah.
It's got a signature by Will Portacio. Dedicated to Jerry Alangulan. He was the inker for
really
Lionel
cool.
Francis Yu. Oh, because Will Portacio, he's one of my favorite artists from the Philippines, and so was Jerry.
Yes,
yeah.
The Stone by Portacio.
Yeah, this is killer, dude. I didn't know about this. This is the same gentleman that co-created Bishop. He
Derek just got his stone on me as well.
This is an awesome dude. This is killer. I had no idea about this. He created, of course, Wetworks for Image Comics. And he's done a lot of work for Marvel. He's done Red Hulk. He's done artwork on The Punisher. So he's been around for a long.
Was a Kickstarter.
Yeah, so this is a Kickstarter. This is killer. Big fan of his art. Wizard and Hero mags used to have those free Ashkins. Yes, and the Ashkins were really rare. I'm gonna have to do a little research as to what this is. And the Ashkins were rare sometimes, worth a lot of money.
Let's see. How about let's get this super chat, and then we'll get the last box from Craig.
Happy weekend, everyone. Today's question: since someone mentioned Star Wars, what's the best way to get started with Star Wars comics and collected editions? Thank you for the super chat.
A good answer. Good question.
I like darker stories, so I'm a fan of things like Empire. I thought Empire was a killer book. Star Wars by Gillen is phenomenal. And the other best ways to get started are one of my all-time favorites is Old Republic. It has nothing to do with the Skywalker saga. So you can distance yourself from the characters there. You don't need to know anything about the Force. You don't need to know anything about Luke, Darth Vader, anything like that. So I love the fact that it's thousands of years apart. Jason Aaron's run on Star Wars is a solid start because it's like after Episode 4, immediately after Episode 4, where Luke Skywalker's being hunted by Darth Vader. Who's this from?
Craig.
Craig sent us this for donations. So we got Fantastic Four, Inferno Prologue. Thank you so much, Craig. And Uncanny X-Men 4. Dude, this is awesome. Dude, I don't know if you're watching this, Craig, or not, but thank you so much. The donations we get for giveaways is just wonderful. You all are a huge blessing to the channel, seriously. Thank you all so much. So those are some of the suggestions I have, and I'm sure the chat will have a lot more suggestions too. I need that zip code. Anytime you need our address, brother, it's in the description of the video. Every single video has our description. So it's near McAddition, P.O. Box 5204, Frankfort, Kentucky 40602, my brother. So I'll just leave it up for just a little bit while I'll take some. My wife just left me. Dr. Aphra solid too, but I would suggest strongly to read that Darth Vader before getting into Dr. Aphra, because that's where she makes her first appearance and you appreciate her so much more. Oh man, there's a lot of great Dark Horse comics. One of my favorites is the Dark Empire trilogy, which will be in the upcoming Omnibus too. That hasn't come out. Is IDW going out of business? No, they are restructuring. They just lost a lot of licenses and had to let go of some people, but we know in this industry that's what happens sometimes. They filed bankruptcy twice, I believe, but that's no different than Marvel or DC in the past with things that they have done. So at any point they can bounce back. Is it giveaway time again? No, not yet. Maybe at 85. 85 I think will be good. Maybe my wife will disagree, but she caught me saying that. She rolled her eyes inside at the same time. Is everything okay? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know why you went away. You have to put some stuff up. Okay. Omar, on the video Curtis had after your epic video last week, he kept on saying this past week, there would be would those be new volumes or just reprints? No reprints. It would just be new volumes. I still have to get a list of reprints from Marvel. I don't have the list yet. So, yeah. I think we'll go ahead and do them this week if that's what you all want. I know some people are impatient. I don't even know why I asked. Do you all want them now or do you want them later? Because I know the answer is always going to be like now. Dr. Aphra and her droids, dude, the droids are they're murder droids, right? They're not like R2D2 and C3PO. They are torture droids and they love murdering, and they're the best sidekicks for that series. I love that series so much. I recently bought the original Incredible Hulk TV series on DVD. That brought back memories. What is a good Hulk comic run to get into? You're in luck, because Immortal Hulk is coming out, and that definitely has that TV show type of feel to it, that era. As a matter of fact, there's some cool Easter eggs from the TV show that make an appearance there.
I want to read the saga right now.
Put that down.
I just slipped to a spoiler.
Why are you?
What is
that? What are you doing? Hulk. Oh my goodness, there's so many good Hulk stories. Peter David's run is phenomenal. Peter David's run on Hulk is like, and I gotta give credit where credit is due. Of course, Bill Mantlo. Then again, Barry Windsor Smith for coming up with the concept. But I'm not here to argue about who came up with what and who stole what from who. But it wasn't until Bill Mantlo's run or Peter David's run, and again to give credit to Barry Windsor Smith, that they were doing something different. They were like, okay, we're tired of Hulk strong fighting villains every issue. Hulk smish that like button. Let's do something different. Let's go do a deep dive into the character of Hulk and see what makes Hulk the Hulk. And nothing was ever the same. When they took that deep dive, they changed everything. Everything. So that's why I always recommend that era. Peter David's Hulk is my favorite Hulk run. It's phenomenal. But if you want to get into something a little more modern, then definitely go with Immortal Hulk, because that definitely has that feel of the TV show too.
Your thoughts on the whole confusion last week with Free Comic Book Day Spider-Man 2, how it wasn't solicited to store until days before the giveaway, already online and digital, and most stores got few copies. Oh, I don't know.
That was a thing between Marvel and Sony. It's like both of them licensing again, right? Because it was the prelude to the video game, wasn't it? It's the prelude to the video game. And yeah, they pulled them at the last minute. Speaking of Bill Mantlo, we need those Mantlo Hulk Omnis. Fact, my brother. Fact. It really saddens me. As I was watching, by the way, I'm no spoilers, but as I was watching Guardians of the Galaxy 3, there was a little bit of like sadness that, Bill Mantlo is the guy that co-created, and you can say created the character of Rocket Raccoon. And he'll never appreciate on the big screen, right? For those of you that don't know, Bill Mantlo was a creator.
Bye, Kyle Rayner Reviews.
Oh, dude, I will see you on Monday. I have an interview with him on Monday. Okay, Bill Mantlo was a writer for Marvel Comics. He wrote the Hulk. He wrote Alpha Flight. He wrote Micronauts. He did so many things. Just worked about on every Marvel comic. He was skating in the 80s and involved in a hit and run. And he has been pretty much living, he had brain damage. And he's been on assisted living ever since. His brother had been taking care of him. His brother passed away oh my gosh, it's been maybe 3 years ago now. So it just saddens me that, he created this character and he can never fully appreciate Rocket on the big screen. And I know that, they come in and it's really nice. The MCU comes in and shows him these movies. But it just, it sucks. Yeah, so it makes me sad, like thinking about things like that.
Was he credited?
I believe so. At the end, right? Like along with everybody else.
All right. So, trivia question from Lionheart today is, Melanie, what comic book series does the alien costume make its first appearance? Secret Wars. Is that what you mean by comic book series?
Mm-hmm.
Whoo!
So she ain't had to look. She ain't Googling that one. She knew that one. She knew that one.
I think I bought when I was a kid like a reprint. What are they called? Like, I don't think it was original. If it was like all kinds of like torn and such, which I didn't care. I was like, whoa, this is amazing. So what's the best X-Men anniversary story? Uncanny 200 or 300 or 350 or 400 or 450 or 500, X-Men 50 or 100? Was there an X-Men 150?
Yes, there was, and that's the big sinking of the submarine. That's the wonderful story of Magneto. Okay, I'm gonna do you a solid, man. I'm not even gonna tell you what the best is. I'm gonna rank these. All right,
Whoa!
you ready? At the bottom of the pile. At the bottom of the pile, because it makes me angry. Because I hate this retcon so much. And for those people that have been watching my channel for years, you already know what I'm gonna say. Despite of the beautiful artwork by Joe Madureira, get that out of here. Uncanny X-Men 350, the trial of Gambit. Get that out of my sight. Am I gonna buy an omnibus? You dang right I'll buy an omnibus, even though it makes me so angry. I hate that story with a passion. All right, that's at the very bottom.
If you couldn't tell.
After that, it's Uncanny 400. I was not a fan of that one at all. Uncanny 500, 450, 50, and then I would say after 50, let's go with. Did I say 400 already? I did. Okay. Let's go with 300, and then let's go with 100, and then my favorite, or no, 200, and then 150. 150 being my favorite. I love 150. It's a beautiful, dark story and a really deep dive into the character of Magneto.
How can you recall these stories?
This was my life. This was my life.
The numbers.
Oh, because each one is embedded in my brain.
Wow.
Even the ones that make me angry, like I wanted Magneto to pull a bullet and just put it in Gambit's head, like guilty of being a D-bag. I hate that story. I hated that story so much. I'm so.
Woo, Michael.
Thank you for asking that. That's a good question. That is a good question. First time catching the stream and long time viewer. Thank you so much, brother. Love your content. I hope you didn't like Uncanny 350. I never go on tangents like that. I'm so sorry. Everything from book reviews to book previews to the proper reading order, stuff like X-Men helps. Thank you so much,
Jason.
Man.
Okay.
He came in here and he's like, dude, this guy's angry.
Right? No, Googling the wrong answer is what I do. Brian, thank you for the super chat again. It's here, you read it, baby.
It's such a bummer that Mantlo is so talented, but his injury combined with the fact so much of his great writing is stuck in IP limbo. People don't know. Absolutely. I feel like that. I did a hidden gem it might have been a couple years ago. The Swashbucklers. I don't know if you ever read that. That felt like Dynamite published it, and it felt like Mantlo writing the further adventures of the Micronauts in his own kind of way. Jackson Geist did the artwork for it, but I agree. It sucks, man.
Where are the Harleys?
Was Black Widow Omnibus? No, Bart.
Where'd you put the Harleys? I don't see them.
I didn't, honey. You need to calm down, okay?
I'm trying to show Bar.
I don't know where they are. You put them somewhere.
Did not.
I promise you did.
You got your collective juices going. Hold up, Bar. Hold your horses. Oh, well, thank you. I'm growing them out. Omar likes them better this way, and also I just got tired of my bang.
It doesn't matter what I like. She's a grown woman. She can grow her hair however she wants.
It's half and half, dude.
Okay.
Let me finish.
Well, I just want to clarify. I don't tell you how to wear your hair.
Let me finish my thought.
All right.
Oh, it's over here.
Yeah. And who are you going to blame for that? Because my arms don't stretch over there. X-Men 150 holds a special place in my collection. It was the door prize for the first 150 customers in a comic shop in 1983. A store that is celebrating 40 years this summer. What's the store's name, brother?
What about X-Men Volume 2, issue 100?
That was okay. And that was that Claremont when he came back? Yeah. That was okay. Well, 25 is solid, though.
This is from Steve. Loki.
Steve read those Harley Quinn books, and he's like, get those out of my house. I ain't never read anything so bad.
He said...
those are donations for giveaways, Bar.
If Bar needs the Harleys, please send them to her.
Oh, Steve, that is so sweet. Omar, which Omni's in the thumbnail that you left open? That is Spider-Man 2099. I'm going through it right now.
Wait, I kind of want to read this though. Can I read it first?
Hey, at least the X-Men anniversary issues are better than many of the. Yeah, we don't talk about Avengers 200. No, I have before. I let people find out for themselves. I really want the Judge Dredd complete case files. They are available through 2000 AD Rebellion's website. You should definitely check them out.
She's a roller derby girl. What do you call those? They skate and they fight.
Roller girls?
No.
Okay, hold on. So sorry. Meant X-Men 91 series issues 50 and 100. Oh, okay. Well, you got a better ranking. We'll do another one later on. Post versus Wolverine was not one of my favorites either. Hey, Omar, what would you say is the best X-Men run after Whedon before Hickman? Haven't read any from that era. Gillen's run is severely underrated. Mike Carey's run is severely underrated. Those are two of my favorites from that era that have not been collected in anything. And Tom Taylor's X-Men Red. He got it.
Look how pretty her hair is.
I was trying to be safe.
I like it.
Omar, the big announcement is Cloak and Dagger Volume 3 and Power Pack 3. Yes. Iron Fist has one epic. That series already are wrapped up. Yes, because that series, remember, got looped up with Power Man, Luke Cage. So it became Heroes for Hire. That's why it only got one. And we're getting an omnibus of it next year. What is Flash Comics 19? The 40s Flash has been collected in the Golden Age stuff, and there's been archives of that. And I believe no Silver Age Omnis yet. Omar denying he is Mr. Fantastic.
Yes. Gift a Bar. So you don't have them. Is that what you're saying?
Bar has all the Harley Quinn stuff. Even that.
I don't believe it.
I bought her a comic, and she's like, I already had that. So I put it through my paper shredder. Thanks for that limited edition.
Wow. And half the chat leaves. You put it through the paper shredder.
Imagine that day your kids read New Warriors and they throw it out the What's with you, Blas? Why do you hate my New Warriors so much, man? It ain't like I get a cent for promoting them.
I'm going to read these and I'll let you know what I think of them. Omar, Roller Derby, Harley. Thank you.
Roller Derby. You said Roller Girl.
Derby Roller. What did I say?
Doesn't matter what you said. You were wrong.
Roller Derby.
Omar, I received Infinity Countdown by mistake. I ordered a Punisher book from a seller on eBay, but received this instead. They said I could keep it, though. Is it any good? Is it tied to anything? Infinity Countdown. What the heck is Infinity Countdown?
Oh, you stumped them.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking, did they do a trade paperback of is it the Infinity series by Jonathan Hickman? Or is it the classic Infinity Gauntlet? Let me know in the comments down below.
Dude, Gabriel, you're watching compilation videos of Pingu. That's awesome. I'm so glad.
How are you, buddy?
I introduced you to. No, actually, I haven't seen him on the chat. The person that has the Pingu profile pic.
Oh, who was Eloise?
I feel bad for.
I can't remember who it is. I just remember avatars. Maybe he's still here and changed his avatar.
Oh, okay. She doesn't have those.
I don't have these. Okay, Bar. Well, I tell you what. You split shipping 50-50 with me, and then we'll probably collect it in the Omnis. But you don't have all the Omnis? Oh, Bar, I wish I had known that.
New Warriors versus New Teen Titans.
Why would you do this? Why are you the way you are, Michael Torney?
Why are you the way you are?
That's a hard question, my dude, because,
Oh, Gabriel,
New Teen Titans was so ahead of its time. It's got beautiful artwork by George Padas. I mean, that's the right answer. But I'm going to go with New Warriors. I said what I said. And here I am complaining about the Trial of Gambit. What do you think?
Jose says Titans.
The biggest hot take in comics is, can you explain to me what a hot take is? I don't know. What's a hot take?
That New Warriors is above New Teen Titans.
That's the biggest hot take.
People, most people would not agree with.
The majority
would not agree with
what's
you.
the biggest hot take? Like that that the crossing sucks? Like people don't like that, I think. Yeah. I think people don't like the crossing, and I think it's good. I think there's a good story in there.
Hot Pockets. Who's at the door? Hot Pockets. Sorry, nobody gets that.
According to the mighty Wikipedia, Infinity Countdown is a 2018 comic book storyline published by Marvel Comics. The story leads into the Infinity Wars. They sent that to you instead of the Epic Collection. Did you get your money back? That doesn't sound like a fair trade. Infinity Countdown.
Blas, I agree. Peter should have looked at me dead.
But see, it wasn't. I don't want to spoil it. It wasn't.
When a lot of people agree.
It wasn't up to him though.
I don't know.
It was she's the one that whispered it.
Well, yeah, I don't care.
You don't care.
Okay, I'm gonna sing it. When you want a hot meal, but not a big deal, what you gonna pick? Hot Pockets, and try new lean pockets too. You know who sang that? the
Hey,
woman who sang Sailor
what's up, buddy?
Moon's theme song and not theme songs.
Jess?
Lots of songs. We saw her in concert.
Yes.
All right, Jess is on. Jess is on.
Yes, I'm doing my dumb show. Thank
Did
you.
you call to advertise yours at 1 p.m. Eastern time? Because people do it for you. Just saying.
Yeah. How much are you paying these people to advertise? What's up?
I'm calling to see if Melanie wants to be my guest today at 2 o'clock.
And not you.
What the?
Can my husband join?
I don't want to join that fool.
Can my husband join?
No, I'll outsmart him. He don't want me on the show because I'll make him look bad.
Sweet. Wait, can you all send him? Or here?
My audience likes pretty girls. What can I say?
Like Bar, right?
Yeah, like you.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
thank you.
and Bar.
Bar's so pretty.
This is-
5,000 views for you.
This is dead air, man. What are you doing? I'm in the middle of a show.
So if you are not aware, Jess Bragg has a show on Omnidog live chat, apparently at 2 p.m. Eastern time.
There's a call.
Today,
There's a call line now.
Only if
Do
my
you all
husband
want a
can
call
join.
line? You really want to call me? You want a call line? We'll add that. New Mutants versus New Teen Titans, both are my favorite. Yes, she'll join you. Yes, I'm answering for her.
He's cutting you off. He's answering questions now.
Yeah, I'm done with you, dude. You're killing my.
You're supposed to. What? I'm creating content for you right here.
How are you creating? What are you going on about? Let me get to these people, and I will get back to you. She'll join you.
You're invited too. That's the only way I can get Melanie.
No, I don't want to call you. I want to call you. We're done.
All right, we'll joy. We got this.
Okay.
This is the
We're staying
weird.
home
This is the.
today.
You better pay me for this ad. You better pay me for this ad, Jess. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I'll pay you in the usual way.
Say hit what? Say
What?
say smash the like button.
Smash that like button for Astonishing Melanie. She's way cute and she knows comics.
Thank you.
Yeah, like the first appearance of Wolverine. Get that man off my phone.
181 because Wolverine's number one.
The
There.
crossing being good
You
isn't a
forgot.
hot take, Omar. What that is called is being wrong. What?
Oh.
I can't have a hot take. Jess calling in to screw up Omar's show and promote his own. You gotta love that man. You gotta love it. You gotta love
Please
him.
play the final countdown.
Where's Cycle Cleveland? Cycle
Oh,
Cleveland
that's
just messed.
true.
He
He's
just
the
missed the
one that's
crossover.
always like, don't forget, which is completely fine. You shouldn't forget that Jess has. Well, so is it starting at 2 then today instead of 1?
Jess has no.
I can't
like,
say. I
he
don't want
has
to
no schedule. He's got no schedule. He's just gonna do whatever he does.
Coda, thank you for Jess's credit. And here's Big Stu in Orlando. How are you doing?
What's up, buddy?
What's upcoming? Do you have it mapped out?
I got it, my brother. I
Okay.
got it. All right, here we go. Okay, so tomorrow we are kicking off the Marvel announcements. The omnibus announcements are starting tomorrow on Sunday. If you have Patreon, they'll be on Patreon today. And then I'm also doing some Dark Horse trades overviews tomorrow. Monday will be my overview of The Incredible Hulk by Peter David Omnibus Volume 5. And let me tell you, that thing was filmed at an hour and I had to cut it down to I'm talking way too much about each issue. So I cut it down to about 30 minutes or less. Sorry about that. I'm very long-winded about things that I love. The Thor Omnibus Volume 4. Tuesday will be another Marvel announcement followed by trades, the weekly trades, and then the Old Reader, New Reader. Speaking of, Amanda and I will be joining Maddie on Old Reader, New Reader for the Why the Last Man Omnibus review on May 23rd.
I didn't know that was the topic.
May 23rd.
That's what I was saying the second time I didn't enjoy it as much, which is a shame. I wanted to.
All right. Wednesday will
That's a hot
be the Tom Strong compendium overview, and then 8 p.m. is the Reels Talk at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday is going to be some hardcover reviews. Oh no, Thursday, if you all want, that's when I'll do the Epic Collection review with Curtis. And then at 6 p.m., it is my pleasure. I get to interview Torun Grombeck. I cannot wait to talk to that lady, and she's working with me. She's overseas. She's one of my favorite new writers. I love her stuff on Valkyrie, her Thor that she's taken over from Donny Cates, and she is the current writer on Red Sonja for Dynamite. So I will be looking forward to talking to her. And then Friday is when I'll do the hardcover. No, that's the upcoming DC solicits. So there you go. There you go. Omar
I
loves Just
reminded
Kills.
Omar the other day about what's it called?
DV. That's a hot take. I love it. Thank you. Hot
Um,
take. The Long Halloween is crazily overrated. Year 2 is actually better, story-wise.
Okay, before I finish my thoughts, somebody else mentioned, your big endorsement for year 2 is bigger hot take than The Crossing.
What's wrong with year 2, man? Year 2 is solid.
So, what was I saying? The premieres where you get to chat as the video is playing. I'm reminded.
Oh, yes. At 11:30 a.m. is when the Hulk Omnibus Volume 5.
Oh, you're going to do a premiere?
I'll do a premiere.
Thank you.
Yeah. If I'm not, let me double check my schedule. If I'm not busy, because I love doing that, talking to you all while I'm watching it live.
It's really hard when it's just him, and I do what I can, but I do have a full-time job as well.
No, baby, you help out a lot, so don't sell yourself short.
I'm not. It's just a fact. I'm being objective.
So that's when I'll be doing a premiere. So my buddy Final Shadow, if you have the timestamps, you can just put Omar premiering video 11:30 on Monday. Something like that. You know what to do. I ain't telling you how to do it.
Cleveland.
I'm telling you what to do with
Did you miss it, or were you lurking?
X Factor Volume 1 announcement tomorrow.
Just called in.
Not tomorrow. Near mint condition. The Crossing is when we get Tino. Oh, Tino Omar.
I don't know that I fall in love with Tino Omar though.
You would like that. You'd have been like,
but you were.
Wow, he's charming and a jerk.
You made a teacher cry.
Made several teachers cry.
So I don't think I would. Maybe I'll be friends with you. Maybe.
Is the box set announcement next Sunday? Nah, it won't be for a long time. Robert Marquez, ¿cómo estás, hermano? Will never forgive The Crossing for frigid female yellow jacket.
Is that what?
Not
happened?
Just her, but
is that it? Is that where it's from?
Yeah.
No,
Wait. The term is from Green Lantern.
Okay, yeah.
Number 50. What was that? 52, 54. Not just her, but Marilla. My gosh, and then the weird swordsman.
Trunks hair. It is Trunks hair, Omar. And I just learned the other night that he had 4 piercings.
Trunks hair Omar got girls like that,
and
son.
Kristen pierced it, and you heard the crunch.
Yeah, she did manual piercings there, and I was like, I don't think this is supposed to sound like that.
What was I gonna say?
Please play "Smells Like Teen Omar."
No, a full beard. No,
he did not. He didn't have a full beard. He didn't even have facial hair, man.
Psycho Cleveland. Final Shadow, can you please timestamp when Jess calls in? He was asking us to join at 2 p.m. Eastern time.
Did you see the
but
Conan?
I don't know if that's when he's starting his chat or not.
Wait. No, I didn't, Connor. There's a Conan 1/6 figure. That thing is.
I don't want to give false information.
Okay, baby. We don't need a call line. Omar has
my
email.
Prescription's ready for pickup.
Okay, baby.
Okay.
Now you're just letting people know.
Let everybody know.
This is our email address. If you want to email us, nearmakecolin@gmail.com. That is our email if you want to get.
If you want to see me in 5th grade, that's me in the middle.
All right. I'll leave the last part out, but I used to have hair. Now I don't.
I was on the governor's all-star academic team.
There's like 3 conversations happening, and you're having one by yourself. Hey, Omar, is the Azarello Chang Wonder Woman a good Wonder Woman omnibus? It is, but it's so different than any other take on Wonder Woman because it leans more towards the horror aspect of Wonder Woman that really hadn't been shown before. I liked it. I know some people don't because it really goes a different route than Wonder Woman has gone before. Are you ever going to tell us what the Lost box set was going to be? I'm still curious. I will as soon as David lets me, but right now he still has high hopes that one day they will get it out. So,
thank you, Final Shadow, for the timestamp.
Okay, Final Shadow is here. Final Shadow is here. Thank you. And thank you so much for doing the timestamps. Every one of these Saturday streams. Seriously, my dude.
Thank you.
I gotta ask, where are you out of, Final Shadow? Are you overseas for some reason? I think you're overseas because of your avatar of a panther. Omar, Melanie, just team up. Is this Captain Planet Reboot? Where's that come from?
That's so random.
Baldies get all of the hot chicks. What's up with that? I blame people like Jason Statham and people like The Rock.
Isn't
Statham, right? And I blame people like Bruce Willis.
Okay, so Jess is stream on OmniDog, the YouTube channel, starting at 2 today.
Mm-hmm. Hot take: Roger Stern Omni is the best starting Spidey Omni for a new fan. Reads well to a modern audience and isn't bogged down with continuity. Okay, but I don't know if that's a.
I like it.
I don't know if that's a hot take because I agree with that.
Oh, because it was he prefaced it with.
I have my hardcover
preface.
year 2 signed by Uncle Todd and going
That's
to get Alan
cool.
Davis to sign it too.
Wow.
You gotta
How
get
you
more-
doing, Han DeLorean?
You got to get Mike W. Bard to get that one too. And I hope you're doing well, brother. Have a one-on-one with him this at the end of the month.
At the end of the month.
Omar, Infinity Countdown is a trade paperback written by Jerry Duggan. It seems to be about Adam Warlock and Kang, Wolverine. Oh, so those one-shots were collected in the Infinity Wars. That's why I don't have it. Omnibus. Or Infinity Wars came out in oversized hardcover, which wraps up Jerry Duggan's run on Guardians of the Galaxy that was available in omnibus format.
Speaking of all red, I want to all reds. That Superman.
Oh, it was good. That's one of my favorite reads
What
this
was
year.
it? Superman what?
Space Age.
That looks interesting. I flipped through
You
it.
too, my brother. Have a great weekend,
And
Juso.
I'm really proud of
Uzo?
myself for knowing names now. It's 3 years and now I know. G.I. Joe.
I'm bald and I don't have a hot chick. I must be doing something wrong. Gotta have the look of like Bruce Willis, the angry,
Oh, yeah, Bruce Willis is
constipated, like
Oh, now you
look
put it
from
that
Die-
way.
you know what I'm saying? Billy Zane.
Psycho.
Although Billy Zane with that wig in Titanic, you know what I'm
is he
saying?
wearing a wig? I didn't notice. When our powers combine is the Captain Planet reference.
Oh, that's what Omar's the GoBots to Melanie's Transformers. Do I get
No,
any respect in this live stream?
whatever.
I get no respect. Where's Rodney Dangerfield gift is what I need. Omar, how high of hopes is that David has it in the 85%, 85 to 90%, or you just can't say, just curious? High of hopes is that David has it. Anthony, are you talking about the Epic collections or the? Oh, you're talking about the box set. I'm sorry. Last time I asked if I could announce it, he said, "Not yet. Let me make sure." And this was probably about 6 months ago. I'll ask again to remind him, and also to remind him, hey, it would be cool if you all worked on that. I know they're swamped with a bunch of things right now, but it would be cool.
Oh, Lionheart. You're just trying to make me look bad.
Melanie, what Spider-Man
Spider-Man's
villains?
my favorite, and I don't know these things. Who's the half brother of Kraven the Hunter?
I don't know. Craven.
Do you really
the
not
Hunted.
know?
Hot take. Is it Puma? I can't remember. Hold on. Hot take. I can't get on board with Mark Waid's run on Daredevil. I'm the biggest. This is the one that I'm. Is it because it's so different where he's taking out of Hell's Kitchen and he's kind of got a new status quo? And even though it's lighter in tone, there are some dark elements in there. You know, this is really interesting because that's a lot of reasons why people don't like Ann Nocenti's run on Daredevil, because it was so different than the run that Frank Miller kind of set the bar for Daredevil being known as, right? Like Daredevil from now on will have this dark storyline. He can never be happy. He will always lose things left and right. And it seems like most writers go back to that. But when Ann Nocenti came on board, even though that it had dark elements, like it was a lighter tone of a character.
Jose's saying that run isn't nearly as good as Miller's, in my opinion.
Wade's run, yeah, it's hard to compare people to Miller, right? Just like I always say the same thing about Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. Like it's hard to compare anybody to Swamp Thing. Brad Pitt is good looking. Cody, are you just making a statement, or what are we talking about here? Are we talking
Fight Club.
Everybody loves,
All
like
right.
everybody that wants
Hey.
to get ripped in Hollywood is like, I want to look like Brad Pitt in Fight Club because he is the rippest I've ever
When
seen
he's standing
anybody.
there with those gloves on. Whoa, okay.
Well, dude, when he walked,
Uh,
oh man, some of my favorite. I can't. This is the Saturday morning stream, but some of my favorite
That's
lines
one
come
of my
from
top
that
2
movie.
movies, and not because of, well, Brad Pitt's acting. Just oh man, the story. I love Fight
I
Club.
love the lines in that
Love
movie.
the book. All right. In case you don't know, it's Graham Hunter. Lionheart, if you didn't know, Alyosha Krabinoff. This is half brother. Please, for the love of God, Wikipedia, please be right. I may not look up the incorrect answer. Oh man.
All right, Gabriel, I'll show your email next week, buddy. I promise. I've got a couple of pictures to show. And I just got Laszlo's, which I need to talk to him. I'll email him back today. I got your email, buddy. Baldies get all the hot ladies because Xavier can persuade people. I don't know if that's right. With
And Lex Luthor has money.
Oh, yeah, it is sad but true.
Sad but true. That his hair folk will never amount to much.
Yeah, money.
What do you think about Billy Zane being Lex Luthor?
I haven't seen him in anything in a while. Omar Starriers to Melanie's Micronauts. What the heck is going on in the chat? GoBots killed Drax's cousin. Yes, it's canon now because of the holiday special.
Are you going to be filming any part of the Japan visit? I don't know. Did you mention?
I will. Like, I mean, there's no way that I don't. And now Japan has different rules, right? Like,
yeah, we got to ask first.
When we go there, like, you have to
Which,
ask.
I mean, when you go in a comic book,
I always do.
You always do.
Yeah, but it's like, different over there because it's
gotta be
like
really careful.
Some people are like, no, you cannot film anything here. So you got to be really careful, and it helps to know the language, which.
We're doing Duolingo.
We're doing Duolingo for that. Suggestion for the channel: you could do a half-hour documentary about random subjects of history of comics. Mr. Marvel Shazam licensing, Alan Moore name removal, Vertigo ending, importance of Stan Lee. That's a really good idea. I'm gonna be working closer with my buddy Keenan, hopefully after we come back, and he's got a lot of ideas for that stuff. But honestly, those type of videos would perform better. And I hate to say this because you all have watched my videos, and there's this, I don't know. I think I've been told there's a certain charm to them because I don't use a script. And you can tell I don't use a script when I'm goofing up a lot of people's names, or sometimes I make mistakes. And it's just one of those things that I've I don't like reading scripts, but I think if I'm to do videos like that, I think it would benefit from a script and a well-edited video, beyond my talents of editing. So those are wonderful ideas, by the way. Cooper as Lex may work. Cooper.
The chameleon.
What?
People are saying the chameleon is the half brother.
Half brother. Yes, he is. Isn't it?
Well, what the world did I look up?
What did you put?
It was the first thing that popped up. Grim Hunter. Unlike his.
No, that's his son, isn't it? The Grim Hunter's his son.
Vladimir.
Are you trusting Wikipedia again?
I'm going to throw this. It's because I don't read the whole thing. I'm just skimming because it's got the silly highlighted parts. Oh, Google, you foiled me again. What's for lunch today? I'm thinking taquitos.
What is? Hold on a second. Hold on. No. Hold on a second here.
I'm going to answer Bar's question.
My beautiful biscuit cake with frosting on top. What are you reading right now?
I'm still going through Cable and Deadpool. I'm really enjoying it. And I started reading What Dreams May Come by Richard Matheson because I read I Am Legend, which I had read a long time ago, but kind of forgot, but then remembered as I was reading it. And I was like, I want to read What Dreams May Come.
Omar's Hydrox to Melanie's Oreos. What is wrong with you all? Dude, like I'm like treat to Melanie's spam. There we go. That's what it is. Are you into manga? I found out about your channel through the Judge Dredd ones. Thank you, human. I love manga. Yes.
Thank you, human.
Thank you. Big fan of manga. Have been for, oh my goodness, 35 plus years. So a lot of the manga I'm into is older. But hey, everything old is new these days with all these hardcover collections that we're getting. And we might be getting some cooler things from Dark Horse with some Trigun announcements coming from Dark Horse, not me.
Josh isn't on the stream to hear that.
Well, Josh is he in Alaska? He's doing some kind of Alaskan thing.
I thought it was, no, it's in the summer, isn't it?
Aren't we in summer?
No. Handalorian, that sounds really good. And Hobgoblin, I do like Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin's cool. 5-minute warning already. We started a minute early, too, to surprise you people. Melanie, Google can't help you look up the answer.
Apparently. No, it's just me just skimming and not actually reading it.
Look, he finally answered. Yes, Omar, I am from overseas. I live in Sweden. I didn't know that's where you were from.
Okay, there you go.
Josh is in Heroes Con. Heroes Con isn't until later. Bar, quit spreading lies. Now you're spreading lies. Is the Judge Dredd movie with Stallone any good? If you don't know anything about Judge Dredd, no, still not good. Get the Carl Urban one. That is one of the best movies. Melanie is a pristine gallery edition. Omar's a yellowed musty.
They love you.
An essential.
That's why they're giving you a hard time.
I'm done. I'm out. Omar's right. Josh is in Alaska for comics camp. See?
Oh, well, okay.
I listen to my friends. Judge Dredd has a good production design. Omar, what is the first indie comic that you read? For me, it was Day Tripper. Oh, gosh. That has to go back to... I think it was Ninja Turtles. I mean, if we're going to go back to the 80s, I remember in 1989, my buddy Jason, his dad had issue number 1, 2, and 4. He didn't have 3 of Ninja Turtles, and he was talking about how my friend Jason, I can't remember his last name.
No, you didn't have to say last name. Just...
So I remember his dad, like, that was the first time I ever saw a comic too in a poly bag. Like, it was like, yeah, you got to keep those in good condition. Those are going to be worth a lot of money later. And I was like, your dad's a fool. Let me read these things. Because he gave them to him. So I read the first issue and I was like, this is a ripoff of Daredevil. What an idiot.
That's a good idea.
But Ninja Turtles. Yeah. And then, you know, later on, like as the 90s rolled in, I got into a couple of other things, like Cerebus and, of course, Strangers in Paradise, Mouse. What was it? Flaming Carrot, Milk and Cheese. Oh, I loved Milk and Cheese. Yeah. And then eventually independent. Like, it's so hard to describe independent these days, but a lot of those titles started as indie titles. Independent now, if you see like a brand like Image or Dark Horse, you know, people are like, oh, that's not really independent. Now I think most people think of independent as self-published work, which it technically is. Kentucky local arrested, proclaiming he had the touch, he had the power. In Spanish teacher Jess, the X-Men guru. Are we giving titles away like X-Men guru to Jess? He calls me, or no, he texts me at least twice a week asking me questions. And the last time I said, are you getting asked questions and then you're taking the credit for answering these questions? I'm going to start giving you some wrong answers. Transformers Reading Order Part 2. That is being filmed next week. So sometime this month, it'll be out.
It is 12:59, baby.
Hot take. 5 years later is the best Legion of Superheroes story. Wow. What is lacked in humor is made up for amazing action.
I believe talk about Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd.
The movie.
The Stallone one?
Pretty sure that's
okay. We will take 3 more questions since it's 1 o'clock and we started a little bit early. Please don't remind me that there isn't a Dredd Part 2. That always makes me sad. And I thought they were gonna do it. I love that Carl Urban movie. It's so good.
Judge Dredd. Yeah, I think that's
okay. Bone was a great indie title, but I didn't get into Bone until probably late 90s. I was thinking of some of the early ones. What's up, Marvel Bab?
Radioactive Black Belt Hamsters. Adolescent radio.
Not even Street Sharks or biker mice from Mars. Yet again, a great Saturday comic. Chinwag. Have a great weekend, Omar, Melanie, and thank you for all the chat. Thank you for being here, my brother. I bought a 14 comic collection with adaptations of 80 Days Around the World, 3 Musketeers, Alice in Wonderlands. It's the only way I'll cover those books.
There you go.
All right, we'll take 3 more questions. 3 more questions, Melanie.
Do you want Michael's revised question?
Next week.
Okay,
that's too much to go through. I'm sorry, Jim. What was another one? I mean, the Duck Comics, but by that point, I think indie was a word that everybody was using. But the Duck Comics were I mean, Disney was printing those through. Was it Gemstone for a while?
Is the Trigon news coming this week?
That's news that Dark Horse is releasing. I've just known about things for a long time, but I can't say a word because they, until they ask me to announce things. So that's up to them. So you check out their social media. They're wonderful folks that work over at Dark Horse. And as soon as they ask me to announce things, I'll be more than happy to. What you do is best, the amazing content. I'm out. Have a great weekend, Omar, Melanie. You too, Jason. Be good, brother. Thank you for being here. Omar, are you going to the movie theaters in Japan? Half the films playing are anime.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yes, but we're probably to go see Rise of the Beast, Transformers, in Japanese.
No, In Japan, we are not going to see a movie that is in America.
You just had to ask me, right? Saturday morning, I can't miss not seeing that movie in the theater.
Okay, when we get back.
Unicron, baby. Unicron.
Hey, a math teacher told me that he's in it.
He's in the movie? The math teacher?
No, Unicron.
Oh, okay.
He said, have you seen the trailer? I said, no.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. Dredd needed to make $50 million in the U.S. box office to get a sequel with Judge Death.
So it's all of y'all's fault.
In the U.S. That's us. Sorry about that. They have great lighting in Japan. They have great lighting in Japan. Thank you for this fun. Dude, it was good to see you, Rahul. Have a good weekend. Thanks for the answers. Thank you for being here. I doubt they will have English subtitles.
Which is fine. I'm just saying.
I'll demand some English subtitles for my Japanese Beast
Wars. We need
Wars.
to do everything else.
I'm also a big fan of The Raid. The Raid Part 2 is awesome too. You like the lady with the hammers? She fought with the hammers.
Oh, goodness me. What a terrific fight.
You know, Unicron won't transform in Rise of the Beast. And you know what? I've just learned to accept, at least he's not a cloud, right? At least he's not a cloud. I'm okay with that.
What about
Japan does have
clouds.
subs showings to
Scary.
American films as well as dubs.
Oh.
Omar, reminding me of when I wanted to see Batman 89 on opening day. My mom got mad that we're not going to a movie on vacation in Disney World. We were in Vegas and I made her go see Pacific Rim because I was so excited about that. I'm like,
okay.
I love Pacific Rim.
Oh.
Happy Mother's Day to all the Omni moms and every other mom in the world.
Aw.
Thank you for that. All right, everybody. I just want to take this time to thank you all. Smash that like button on the way out. Check out cheapgraphicnovels.com here in America. They have books up to 50% off. They're having huge sales all the time. Tell them near mint conditions sent you their way for free shipping on your next order after your first one. And stay healthy and safe. Thank you for making these Saturday streams a blast every weekend. Much love, everybody.
Stay minty.
And that